That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do. Hopefully, it just allows me to do it now.
What's up, guys? In the Panthers here.
No, don't do that.
We're gonna have to.
It's
we're gonna have to start recording
it's
like
my
4
podcast.
times. We're gonna have to start recording like 4 times. Oh no.
I have started
What?
it now.
Why does this
we are now live.
nose look like the McDonald's logo?
Good afternoon, morning, evening, or night, everybody, and welcome to the Rayan Talks podcast. I'm here with my good friends Donald and Orland. They're Albanian.
Donald.
Shut the fuck up. Who's Donald? You are Donald.
Hello, people.
Hello. So basically, I thought I'd get these two fucking idiots on, because they begged me, and I said yes. So here we are.
Fraudulent news, fake news.
Fake news.
It's not fake news. It's true. So
Okay.
basically, the first question I'm gonna ask you, man, is introduce
Yes.
yourselves. How were you born? Why are you here? You
How
know,
were we
all
born?
of that shit. All of that
born
shit.
like everyone else was born.
Mother Orland and Father Orland met each other many a moon ago. And,
Oh god.
and then discussing things happened, and now
Where's this going? All that stuff.
That's so
Please, your
disgusting
cousin,
thing
stop.
happened. So beautiful story there, Donald. I can imagine yours was the same.
I was born in my family home and wasn't born in a hospital.
We actually.
Yeah, I was born in my family home, like where
That's
my
insane.
grandfather was born,
Yeah.
where Orland's dad was born.
I had no idea about this.
Did you know?
No, of course not.
No,
That's
house,
actually
like
insane.
obviously,
I'm not gonna lie.
the family home that the one that we knocked down for the new house, but obviously the one before. Yeah, I was born in the house.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah. So yeah,
Damn.
next question.
That's
Where was
next
you born,
question, this is-
Rayan?
Where was I
Oh,
born?
here we go.
I was
Oh, here
born
we go.
in Colchester. Okay, I was born in
Oh, yeah,
Colchester
fucking-
because my parents went to uni there. So
They went where? Sorry.
they went to uni
Uni.
there.
Oh right.
University
What, they met in
then.
uni.
Yeah, they went in uni. So
So you was born at uni.
no, I was
Oh.
born in the general area. I think I was born in a hospital. Don't
So
know.
what? Yeah. So what hospital?
I guess Colchester General. I think if that's a
Oh,
thing.
right.
But yeah,
Well, my
Probably.
sisters were born in Redbridge and
King George.
Newham.
oh, Newham General.
No, my little sister's born in King George.
Yeah.
King George.
I think that's what my sister. I mean, it just says Redbridge.
No.
So I'm
She was
assuming.
born in Redbridge Hospital. I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Redbridge Hospital and Newham Hospital for my younger sister.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair. Okay.
So I was born in the mountains of Albania, and these two frauds were born in here.
What is Albania actually like though? Like,
Okay.
Wait,
well,
can
if
we
you could
hear
just-
what you think Albania is like?
yeah, go on. Yeah, what do you think?
like
Albania is?
okay, well, I've only ever been to I just imagine
You've
it being
never been
quite
to
similar.
Albania?
I've never been to Albania. I imagine it being similar to Morocco. So basically, like bare apartments, like in like the city areas, like loads of apartments and like flats and everything. Like obviously there's beaches.
Yeah.
There's like long strips of road, and then like next to it, like there's beaches next to it. Bare people walking around in like shorts and football tops and stuff, and like
No,
Well, I
mountains
mean,
and stuff.
it depends. In the winter in Albania, it gets a bit
Yes,
mad.
is very
Oh,
cold.
swear. Oh, okay. But you know,
Basically,
yes.
like the east of Albania is all mountainous,
Yeah.
and like the west of Albania is like a shoreline. The whole like west of Albania is like a coastline.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
But you
yes.
know, I don't really think of Albania as east and west, though.
Yeah, well, no, we just
I
think
just
of
think
north
of it
and
as
south.
like north and
yeah,
south.
North
yeah,
and south. South and north.
Yeah,
Yes,
all
well
the
done,
southerners, the weirdos.
Is there actually like proper disparity between like the
fenders.
north and the south?
It's two very different areas.
Like
Yeah, like they-
the people as well. Like the people as well.
We
The way
basically
that they
speak different
the way that they
language.
speak is like it's
Yeah.
a completely different dialect.
Oh no.
Yeah, they're literally completely different language. Like me and Orland, I'm pretty sure when we go south, like we have to like when they talk, we have to like proper try and listen to what they're saying.
Don't they have like a different money system to us as well?
What?
Oh yeah. Well, no. It's not different money. It's the same currency, but just that
But we call
the
it
amounts. The amounts
Yeah,
are different. It's really weird to explain.
Yeah, it's, I don't know how. Basically, there's old money and new money.
Yeah, there's old money, new money. We in the north use old money. These men use new money. So
can I just say that the more we're talking about it, the more Albania sounds like Westeros and it sounds like Game of Thrones.
So basically,
I thought that's what the point was. No,
you have like a 10p, for example, right? And that it's called that lek. But so on the coin it says like 10 lek, but we in the north we don't say 10, we say 100.
Yeah.
And it gets very confusing sometimes because when like I remember when we went to a shop and there was like, for example, a fridge that was like 1,000 lek, which is like for us it's like I was looked at it, I was like, oh, that's mad cheap. And then like he's like, no, you have to add another zero. I'm like, but why? He's like, well, that's how it is in over here. I was like, explain, please, explain. But it's also young, isn't it?
Okay, so this is my view in Albania. It's kind of similar to what you're saying, where the city centres, it's almost all just flats or apartments. There's some places where you go where it's like the multi-story flats where it's like more than 20 stories. But then the rest of it is like 3 or 4 story apartments. Stuff like that. Once you start to go out into the countryside, that's when you get into like houses. And the houses there, I'm not gonna lie, they're very big houses.
They're like villas.
Do you know why? Because of people who own them all live abroad and all launder their money back to Albania.
Oh, we love to see it.
Most of those houses have been like, it's not just houses that were bought. Most people just built the houses.
Yeah, they built them because it's just cheaper.
Just built them themselves.
They just buy the land and then build it.
The further you go out from the main cities, just like the more mountainous it becomes, and the more backwards the people's brains are. It's just the truth, man. But also saying that those are the places that I enjoy staying in more. I don't like staying in the main cities in Albania. I really don't like it.
Yeah,
because life there is just too like even though there's really nothing to do there, life is like too busy. In those like capital cities, and it's just I don't know. I just enjoy it more when I'm out in like, the mountainous areas.
Fair enough.
It's just like a different way of enjoying your life, like as to how it is here, because they're like
it's just a lot simpler in the country,
for us to enjoy our time there when we used to go there all the time, we'd fully just be like sitting on the porch and playing like card games and stuff like that.
Literally the whole night we'd just be playing card games like and just like silly stuff, and we just ban on.
Whereas if you're chilling in the capital city, you're just really just like watching TV, or you're like going out to like a restaurant.
Just doing stuff like you do here, basically. Like it's not that much of a difference.
I get what you mean. It kind of gets like that in Morocco as well sometimes, but like that's why you gotta like explore, go out and do stuff in it.
Yeah, it feels more of like an authentic experience as opposed to just like what you would get in England. You're just in a hotter setting.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Is it like touristic?
Capital city is, and the beaches are, but like outside of that, not really.
Yeah, there's a lot of places like unexplored that like not unexplored, but like where tourists have no idea about Albania. There's like loads of like Valbona is like a mad place to go to. Like it's so beautiful. There's like Surikalter. There's like loads of different tourist attractions that people just don't know about because Albania's tourism is not like the advertising is not that good.
There's a whole like Roman Colosseum near Surikalter.
Butrenta. I've been there like 3 times. Like it's like a whole like ancient city. There, like you literally go through like the ruins of the city. It's mad beautiful, and it's like what £5, and you can like stay there the whole day.
Swear, that's pretty wavy. I'm not gonna lie.
Things in Albania are quite cheap.
They was cheap, but now the prices are starting to go up because there are starting to be a lot more tourists. Because like when I went down south to Ksamil, which is like right above Greece. But no Albanians there. All like Polish, Ukrainian, Germans. Like no one there was speaking Albanian. And it was like I was mind blown because
it's just when you go to Albania, you're kind of just used to just only being surrounded by Albanians. It's not very like you don't expect it to be very touristic.
Interesting. Interesting. Not gonna lie, I want to visit. I really want to go. But then it's like the same way, like, getting fired now.
Because a lot of people paint Albania out to be this type of place where they don't accept any non-Albanians.
Yeah,
But
they will kill you if you come. They're all drug dealers. They're all aggressive and violent.
As long as you're staying in like the big cities, like no one really bats an eye. Like, sure, some people might look at you and stuff like that, but other than that, no one really bats an island. Like,
Yeah,
they're not.
they make it a bigger deal than what it actually is.
Yeah, no one really comes up to you or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like there's footballers there who are like, you know, of different race and stuff. Like it's become more normalized. Like, however, like in the past, like sure it was like that because they were just stereotypical of everything, because, you know, they just didn't experience like other races and culture. They didn't see for themselves how you know normal other people are.
Yeah, but I'm guessing as like time progresses on, like things have gone a bit more like what's the word?
Just because Albania's gone through like a very big shift in the past couple of decades as well. Because it used to be a very isolated country as well.
Yeah, so like the whole Enver Hoxha thing, all the whole communist dictatorship and all that. We didn't let anyone leave or come in. Like
people were kind of used to that kind of system, but as time's gone on, obviously, like the younger generations have brought like more of a change. And
which is good.
Rayan, I know a couple of Moroccans that have stayed in Albania for like 2 weeks as well.
Really?
And I forgot, but they went to like some beach that even I haven't been to yet. I completely forgot what the beach is, but it's near Surikolda. I can't remember what it's called.
To be fair though, a lot of Moroccans probably pass as Albanian.
Dermir is nice. There's more. There's mad deep though. You take 2 steps in, it's up to your neck.
I've never been there, and I really want to go. Yeah.
So
it's not. Yeah,
that's Albania for you. That's Albania for you, mate.
Yes.
But yeah, interesting. I've never actually. I can't believe we've never actually spoken about it, like Albania like that before. This is literally like the first time we've ever spoken. Yeah. It's just been it's Albania. Yeah, I'm from there.
It's drug dealers. Yes.
I mean, there is a city in Albania that was fully just used to grow weed. But that's neither here nor there.
Lazarat, you know, that Lazarat basically supplied the whole of Europe.
Basically, it was a ghost town, and people just used it to grow weed.
Swear. And it became like its own, basically, it became its own autonomous state where the Prime Minister, no one touched it until the new Prime Minister come in, and he basically went to war with the people there. People there were literally with AK-47s guarding their fucking hashish, guarding their weed.
Yeah, and when the police found it, I swear they burnt all of it.
The police burnt £3 billion worth of weed, bruv. The whole city was zoned. They were
gone. That whole city's on fire at that point. Like, what?
Nah. Yeah, it was mad. They even done a documentary on it. I think the BBC or something. They done a documentary on it.
Interesting.
So, do you know what they would say? They would say, "Oh, what you growing here?" And they'll be like, all the people, they were just like, "Oh, they were growing potatoes."
Swear.
That's what their excuse was. They were growing potatoes. Potato fry.
Oh my god. TikTok. That we're definitely gonna get into TikTok eventually on this
TikTok
as well.
culture.
But moving on to a bit more like light-hearted topics. What's your go-to meal deal?
Is Albania not light-hearted, no?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but like you turned it into drugs. What do you mean?
What do you mean drugs? Why are you associating my country with drugs?
So which shop are we talking about? Because it's different for each shop.
So pick your favorite.
Okay, my favorite is Tesco because it's the cheapest, and then I get the barbecue chicken wrap, which is standard Orland.
Love barbecue too much.
Yeah.
Barbecue chicken wrap. For the crisp, if they've got the what's it called?
Max. I know I've seen you eat Max before.
Max, the paprika Max.
The paprika
and then I'll
one.
get an Oasis. If they don't have the paprika Max, then I'll just have like Walker's prawn cocktail.
You get crisps.
Oasis.
What do you get, Donald?
I get grapes. Obviously, I get crisps.
I knew you were gonna say grapes. I knew it. I was literally just about to take the piss. I was about to be like,
I get like grapes or like melon or something.
Oh, you're
a person are you that you get grapes with your meal?
Bro? Are you stupid?
Nah, that's.
I get the fruit like on the side of like the crisps and stuff like that.
But do you not get a drink?
Yeah, no. I mean, like I'll get the meal deal, which is the sandwich, the crisp, and the drink, and then I'll get like the fruit on the side as well.
So you'd pay extra for the fruit? For the fruit?
Fruit. Yes, for the fruit. Yes, I pay extra for the fruit.
I normally get like pasta, some sort of pasta, and with either like melon, grapes, or like apple, or like, you know, there's like a mix of fruits.
Yeah.
And then I get either water or I get orange juice, or I get like, you know the innocents, where it's like
innocent
mixed
smoothies
berries
are
and stuff.
dank,
That,
yeah.
The only reason why I get them is because they cost bears on its own, and you know, I'm basically maximizing the amount of, like, you know, what I'm trying to say here. You know, the amount
You're
of
basically
cost that
like
it
getting
would
your
have
money's
been.
worth. You like getting your money's worth, basically.
That's it. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. English is not my strong suit. True. No hablo inglés. Go on.
Lovely. I would say mine because at
I mean,
QM.
you just get fat. What?
Wow.
Can't insult me on my own podcast, okay? It's not
Yes, I
working.
can, alright?
It's not happening.
He's gonna cut that out, yeah.
I'm just gonna bleep it. Nah, what's it called? Because I was
Rayan's meal deal is all the sandwiches, all the crisps, all the...
No, I love it.
Go on,
So,
go
because obviously accustomed to Queen Mary, and there's a Sainsbury's right opposite. So Sainsbury's is the go-to, right? The sandwich, or it's either a red Leicester Ploughman's, which is
Sorry, what?
yeah, the cheese Ploughman's,
Ploughman's.
cheese Ploughman's, red Leicester
Sound like a
Ploughman's.
fucking porn video.
Oh, wow.
What?
That's-
I hate you because I know
What
exactly
did you
what
call
you
it?
mean.
Red Leicester Ploughman's.
Yeah.
it's probably like some cheese thing. I don't
Yeah,
know.
red Leicester's cheese. I know that, but Ploughman's. Explain.
Yeah, they just call it a Ploughman's. That's a pen? No, it's not. It's like a.
This is the most English meal deal I've ever heard. So.
No, it's like it's. Have you never had this like pickle sauce?
As if it was a fucking BLT.
Yeah. For reasons I cannot have this one, but you know.
Yes.
But like, what's it called? No, it's like cheese and lettuce and like cucumber sometimes, and it's like this little pickle like sauce
Ew.
thingy, and
This
it's
is-
dang,
this is
it's so nice.
disgusting.
But and,
Sounds
then you go for the drink. It's like the you know, they're like the naked smoothie.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Absolutely dank, right? And then finally the crisps is the prawn cocktail walkers.
So I'm the only one who gets fruit.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
look at me. Of course, I don't
you
get
need to
fruit.
be healthy, man. One of your 5 a day, mate.
I get my 5 a day separate. Like,
You're-
Also,
yeah,
also,
yeah,
am I
getting-
the-
I love my
also,
apples.
am I the only one who
supermarket
gets?
pasta? What are you talking about healthy, please?
What do you mean? So I'm the only one who gets pasta as well.
It
I'll get
depends. I'm
pasta
not gonna lie.
sometimes.
Nah, no, but pasta.
Like-
their
Yeah, no,
pasta's
I
I don't
cold.
always get pasta. I don't always
pasta's-
get pasta,
I don't-
but I do like pasta.
I'm not a
After
huge
shop,
fan of
like, so-
cold pasta.
Because I used
What?
to get the southern fried chicken pasta.
Oh, but it's all you care about is chicken, all that, mate. Do you know anything else?
Southern fried
Protein.
chicken, the chicken and basil and all
Wait,
that type of stuff. That's
would you say Rayan?
Protein.
Oh, I thought you said plantain. I was like, what?
oh, no. But
Protein.
yes, thank you for this great question, Rayan.
But yeah, you know what?
Was that
It's not even
sarcasm?
original. Yeah, it was very much sarcasm.
Very
I mean,
sarcasm, yes.
It was very sarcasm. I mean, the next question I can go on to. I mean, we can like talk about. See, here's the thing. I was trying to like be smooth. I have questions written down, but I'm trying to be smooth with it and be like, okay, how do I go from which one to which one? Because they're quite random.
How you gonna transition?
How are we going to transition? Speaking about
Just wobble.
wobble. Oh, that's a good transition. Favorite episode of Rick and Morty.
Oh, the dog one.
Oh, wait, the dog takes over. What's his name?
I can't
Snowball.
remember.
Snuffles. No,
Snuffles.
Was it Snuffles?
Wait, actually, is that my
Snowflake?
name?
no, because it was Snuffles, and then he was like, "No, that's my slave
It's
name."
either that one.
And then he's like, "You can
or
call me
it's-
Snowball."
Yeah.
It's either that one. I think this is Rick. Is there a Rick and Morty episode where there's like this? It's like this cloud that's going through the city, and he keeps like turning everyone into like really ugly aliens.
No,
What?
I don't think that's it. No.
Really, I remember the cloud.
What
going-
about the one? What about the one where it's like the theme park inside the Donny?
Oh, that
Yeah,
one
that
is
one's
amazing. That is amazing.
Inside the
Yeah.
Honda, and
Can
you
I-
see like all of the seasons and stuff. I think that one's my favorite.
Can I say a slightly controversial thing about one Rick and Morty episode?
Go for it.
Is that the Pickle Rick episode is the worst episode?
But
That's not
it's
controversial.
overrated.
That's
it's
not controversial. I
overrated,
agree with you guys. What,
bro.
like-
The idea behind it is so stupid. Like,
It's a
everyone who
stupid
finds that
idea.
Hilarious.
I will have to
Everyone-
be back in 2 seconds.
Everyone who loves that episode either was high when they watched it or under some sort of influence.
Nah, I mean, I mean, I get
The
why
thing
you'd
is
like
with-
it, but also at the same time, like, it's
very
very.
overrated.
It's one of
Like
them ones where it's like, it's kind of
I'm
funny,
pickle-
but.
Oh,
wow.
I'm Pickle Rick. I'm Pickle Rick. I'm Pickle. I can't do anything. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is with Rick and Morty, it's a very. I've noticed it's a very acquired taste. Like, not a lot of people like it.
With Rick
like
and
that.
Morty, like it's hilarious. Like
Yeah.
for starters, it is mad funny.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like actual. Is it actual science? It is, I would
Yeah.
say. Sort of. Well,
Yeah, to
obviously
a
not
point.
fucking portals and shit, but like yeah, to a degree, there is some sort of like smart thinking behind it. However, I'm pretty sure like there's a lot of its audience that watch it only when they're high or like some under some sort of influence.
Yeah, true.
Because it's mad colourful as well, isn't it?
It is very, very colourful. I can't
Yeah,
lie.
so-
I mean, my claim to fame is that I watched
Well, you-
Rick and Morty before everyone knew about it, and I'm not even
no.
taking the piss. No, I swear to you, I'm not even taking the piss.
Your claim to fame is that your tweet got like 1.7k likes.
Oh yeah, that too. It's about Rick and Morty, mate.
That's your claim to fame.
That's my claim to. But the thing is, right? That tweet is. I don't even know how it got
It
that many
banged,
likes.
didn't it?
It
It
banged
banged.
differently. It banged.
Yeah, all the
completely
Rick and
different.
Morty fanboys and fangirls, isn't it?
Yeah, straight up. But to be fair though, it's justified. I'm not gonna lie. It's
But the thing is with Rick and Morty, I wouldn't rate it like in my like top 5 series or anything.
would you not?
Like-
I would.
Nah. The thing is, it's funny, but like, there's not that much of a story, really and truly.
Yeah,
it's
but that,
like
that
the
doesn't have
story is
to be a
between
story,
the story is between obviously Rick and Morty, innit? Like grandson and grandfather and that. But to compare it to like series like Prison Break or Breaking Bad or like Game of Thrones until the last season, there's like it's not comparable in my opinion.
depends because like sometimes like I can appreciate like like series that like they don't necessarily have an overarching plot, like they don't take themselves too seriously, and also as well with Rick and Morty, it's all improvised. That's one of the things where I'm like, yeah, you can't like anyone who tells me like, oh, it's dead. I'm just like, yeah, but the thing is like, you can call it dead, but it's improvised, so you have to give it some ratings for that. Do you see what I mean? Like,
So what you're saying is fully improvised.
yeah.
And I'm back.
Hello.
Orland, okay, let's ask Orland. Orland, would you rank like Rick and Morty as like one of your top shows?
Yes, 100%.
You would.
Yeah, 100%.
Interesting.
'Cause
Well,
I
like,
should-
you, in
yeah, it's
your
good.
top 5.
Oh, what, are we talking about just TV shows?
I'm talking about like
Or
shows you would
animated
watch.
shows?
No, not anime, just like a TV show,
shows.
something you would
Oh,
watch.
then no.
Really?
Thank you. That's
Yeah, no.
That's what I was expecting.
Basically, Rick and Morty is like a very like, no, I wouldn't say a background show, but like I wouldn't rewatch Rick and Morty in the same way that I would rewatch Breaking Bad
you
or
m-
Game of Thrones until the last
That's
season.
what I said. And literally what I just said. Literally what I just said.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. fair.
I wouldn't rewatch it in the same way because
How you
there's
fucking
no
cousins, you idiots. I'm joking.
there's no like big character arcs in Rick and Morty, whereas there is Breaking Bad still has hands down the best character arc of any TV show.
Macho.
But like, yeah, 100%. But like, I wouldn't class Rick and Morty. That's like me putting Simpsons or Family Guy as one of the best TV shows, as my go-to TV shows.
Yeah, because it's just like it's like
Never
a,
mind.
It's a very
like a comedy
entertaining
show.
thing.
Yeah,
It's
like
a very
comedy.
entertaining thing, but like, it's not going to be in my top 5.
Exactly.
I mean, fair enough.
So-
Fair enough. I hear that. What would you say then is your best? Is your favorite? Then is it Breaking Bad or?
At the top,
He's gonna
top
say
is
Breaking Bad. He's gonna say Breaking Bad.
Top is Breaking Bad. It was Game of Thrones
it was
until
Thrones,
like
yeah.
season 4 or 5 when the writing started to dip a bit.
Yeah.
The writing wasn't
Oh,
that
Game
bad
of
in
Thrones.
season
Game of Thrones
4.
was the
No,
biggest
it's not-
disappointment,
no.
man.
Do you know why I'm saying the writing dip is because the first, I think, 4 seasons, they took it directly from the books, but then after that, they were kind of starting to go on
Oh,
what
they
they
had to
thought
veer.
would happen.
Well, I mean, you say
Yeah.
that, Orland, but fucking what's her name? Caitlin Stark didn't come back as a freaking zombie woman, did she?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like there was just, but like
But that's
they were
like
still
since the beginning.
they were still going heavily off of the books, so
Yeah,
the
I
writing
get
was
that.
still very top notch.
Yeah.
The
And
thing
And
is,
like,
then
and
certain things just
you can
started to
see
not make
literally
sense anymore.
at season 8 when there was no book content, there was nothing to work from. It just went to shit.
personally,
Yeah,
I
it
think
was-
D&D they're not good writers at all.
Bro, they are just two trolls who just conned the whole world.
Apparently, they were offered more money for season 8, but they turned it down because they wanted to get over and done with.
Yeah, because they wanted
they
to
wanted
hurry
to
up
do
and go
Star
to
Wars,
Star
innit?
Wars. Yeah, they wanted to go and do
Yeah.
Star Wars, and then they got fired from that
shit.
anyway, or they left. I don't know. I can't remember which ones which.
Ridiculous.
They probably got fired.
They probably
Yeah.
got fired, yeah. Probably because like the backlash that they got from like season 8, the freaking
Yeah.
like the people employing them just like nah,
Like
mate.
it was a very good show, and I'm not gonna lie, a lot of things that happened in season 8 were things that I
They were
thought would
just
happen.
they were just shock factors. I mean,
Yeah, no, there were things that I thought would happen. It was just the way that they were executed was very, very
Yeah.
bad.
okay, I mean, so like with stuff that you thought would happen. I mean, we all knew that like Daenerys would go mad queen.
Yeah.
However, the way that was done was very
Yeah.
poor.
I feel like that would have been executed better with like maybe like a flashback sequence or just something like that, just so that
Yeah.
she didn't just like because it seemed like she did it for absolutely no reason.
I always had a feeling that Jon would be the one to kill Daenerys because of like the whole, the Azor Ahai prophecy. The prince that was promised, where like they would kill their loved one,
Yeah,
whether like through the heart and shit.
Yeah.
So I always thought like something like that would happen, but again, like, yeah,
Thing is,
all,
for me personally, you can tell a show is bad if the fan theories are better than the actual thing. Do you see what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
well, kind of. mean-
I really, really thought Bran was going to be the Night King.
Yeah, see, that would have banged.
Yeah, I really, really thought that was what was going to happen.
but no,
Yeah,
it's
that
just
would've banged.
stupid three-eyed raven.
But even
I
Bran
see
as a
everything.
character, he just made no sense. He just went from scared boy to like I know everything in the universe like way too quickly.
That's the thing. I feel
Yeah,
like the
literally-
one thing that
literally, yeah, it was-
that Game of Thrones
yeah.
screams is just things too fast without any explanation. It's like, yeah, no, this
Yeah.
happens and that's it, and you have to accept it. Whereas in reality,
exactly.
like, it's not good. That's not storytelling. That's not good.
Because
That's
like
not good
Breaking
writing.
Bad,
with
that's
Thrones,
story.
like the first couple seasons, it was super slow. The build up, but it
Yeah.
was just when the build up happened, it was worthwhile.
Yeah, it's like with certain genres of shows, like you have the liberty to basically like essentially fuck around with it. Like for example, with Avengers and everything, I feel like because you essentially have so many films to kind of like like set a plot and everything.
There's
you
so
don't-
much material behind them.
There's so much material behind them. You don't necessarily have to follow everything book to book. You can kind of like retcon certain things as well. Whereas in a TV show like Game of Thrones, like it's very hard to kind of like write stuff in and out, if that makes sense. Like you can't
You've got
decide.
the whole books, right?
No, but I mean like like in the show, for example, like. For example, do you really think they had the idea of making Bran the three-eyed raven from the get-go, like as in how and him becoming the king of Westeros? Because I don't.
No, the
I
thing is,
don't at
the
all.
thing is, the,
Oh, spoilers for
was
Game
their
of Thrones if
favourite
you haven't seen it, by the way.
everyone's watched it.
Everyone's
who
fucking
cares?
seen it, but
I
it's been
think
a
he
year.
was made out to be a three-eyed raven from the very first episode.
Yeah,
But-
no, because the thing is, like the what's it, Ben? What's the name? Dan and what? D&D, is it D&D?
Yeah.
Yeah,
David and-
they
David and Dan.
they said that they spoke with George R. Martin and they basically knew how it was going to end.
Lies,
awesome.
man. Lies, man.
And he
They're
told
trying shit. They're trying.
No, George R. Martin said it himself.
And
like,
and if he
they
approved that,
knew-
then George R. R. Martin's a not.
he didn't approve. He didn't
No.
approve how it was going to get there.
Yeah, he said just this is what the ending was going to be, and then
Yeah.
They done
David and
it
Dan were
whatever
just
way
like,
they
okay,
wanted.
cool, and then they just went about it how they went about it.
Okay.
Because if anything, this is a genius move from George R. R. Martin because the last season was such a flop. Everyone's gonna want to read the book when it eventually
how it
comes
should
out
in
about
20
50
years.
years. When how
It's
it should,
never
and
coming
everyone's
out,
gonna
man.
wanna,
It's never
everyone's gonna
gonna-
want to. Yeah, bro, like there's a chance he might freaking pass away before he actually does it.
Yeah.
Because he takes years and years between
Yeah,
because
but like-
that's what he needs to do.
Because it's literally there's so much like he goes into so much depth. Like there's literally has the
straight
whole
up.
world in his head. Like
Yes, Breaking Bad is now a better show. So
Prison Break, I really like Prison Break. The first 2 seasons. After that, it just went downhill for me.
Punisher is a crazy show.
Yeah, especially for it being Marvel as well.
Yeah, it's
I've
very
never
dark
seen
for a
any
Marvel
of the
show.
Marvel shows other than like I watched
If you're
an
going to watch
episode
one,
of Game of
Punisher is the one to watch.
Have you not watched Daredevil? Is that Marvel? It's not Marvel, is it?
It
It's
is.
not Marvel. Is it?
Daredevil is Marvel, yeah, but I've not seen it now.
I watched Marvel. Pardon, excuse me.
No, I've never seen it. The thing is, like, do you know? Because
I'm
I watched.
telling you, if you're going to watch one Marvel TV show, Punisher is the TV show to watch.
Oh no!
Punisher
Is
is
it still on
cancelled.
Netflix? Is it
It's
still on
very good.
Netflix? Is it
It's
still
been
on
cancelled.
Netflix?
I don't know, but it's been
Yeah.
cancelled. But it's
I'll
easily
put
the
look right.
best.
I mean,
Have you man watched Lucifer?
I love Lucifer, man. Lucifer was sick.
You watch it, yeah?
Yeah, I ain't seen it. I'm not caught up at all. Like the last episode I remember was his mum came back down to Earth. That's the last episode I watched. It's probably like season 2 or something, but quite funny.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I've watched all of it, and like, fam, it's just the thing is, it's very repetitive. Like the whole the cop scene basically is just like another
Yeah.
crime. They solve it, rah rah rah. But there is like a story behind.
Yeah.
Like, at every point it's like him with God and stuff, like powers and that.
I've
It's
noticed
it's funny.
with a lot of American TV, like
Yeah, it's always
it's
that.
it's
just mad
basically
repetitive, innit?
it's like what's it called, like villain of the week. Basically, it's like, oh cool, this is what happens, and they do a story.
There,
and
there
blah,
is
blah, blah,
actual
blah.
term for it in like
Yeah.
like movie talk
Oh.
and TV talk, but I don't know what it's called.
I
I don't know what it's called.
yeah, I know. what you
There
mean.
is actual term for it.
There's like a they. So, okay, so you know how like movies kind of do it, right? You know, like a general structure of a movie is basically they have like it's mostly by and large like a three act structure. So it's like the first act
So
where
beginning, middle, end.
yeah, but like the first act is like, you know, something happens and then they're kind of like, you know, down and out, and then the middle one is kind of like when they build themselves up, and then there's the finale basically, right?
That's why Joker is so good,
Yeah,
because it doesn't adhere to all of it.
yeah.
Because you
it
don't
called?
know if it's real or not.
Correct. But with TV shows, what they've tried to do now, like I've noticed, it, especially with all the DC ones, is they try and incorporate that, but in their TV shows, if that makes sense. But like in each episode, and like overall, I don't think it works in the long run, because it's like when you think about a TV show, you don't think about it episode by episode. You think about it like as a season as a whole. There's like a season arc, and like what they should do, in my opinion, is they should have like those season arcs like going through, if that makes sense, rather than like, because imagine like, do you know how like, I don't know if either of you saw Flash, like any of like that TV shows.
I've watched.
I tried to.
I watched.
I
Like,
tried
something like
very
four or
hard
five,
to.
four
I
or five
couldn't.
seasons. Then I just got
Yeah.
bored of it.
Because the thing is, right, when you deep it, like there's a limited amount of bad guys in the Flash's like rogue gallery, basically. Like there's not that many. There's like
Well, the thing is, with the Flash, the way they done it was clever, because like when the reactor like exploded.
oh yeah, they just built a bunch of like
Yeah. So
bare
basically,
supervillains,
they
yeah.
had basically infinite amount of like villains. They could basically just pick any like superpower because of the way they done it. Literally, anyone could have got hit by like the by the blast.
Yeah.
So that was actually pretty clever the way they do it, because it was like plausible.
100%. But the issue that I take with it is when the fact that like like there's an infinite number of like
It gets
bad
boring,
guys,
man.
but the
that's
ones
what
that
it
they
is. It
talk
gets
about,
boring.
oh what can we? Yeah, it just gets boring, to be honest. It just gets bloody boring.
I feel like the only
That's
TV
like-
show that I feel like the only
Arrow
TV
was
show
better
that
than-
works with is House.
I've never seen House. Is it good?
Because House
I'm
is
not gonna lie.
amazing. It's an amazing TV.
I've not watched it.
It's honestly an amazing TV show. I'd put it up there as my top 5.
Really?
Really?
That good?
Yeah. 100%,
I know it's got this.
100%.
It's got this guy. I remember. The only thing I remember about
It's got
House
Hugh
isn't the
Laurie.
show. Yeah, Hugh Laurie. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just remember seeing big ass billboards of him in Good Maze.
Yeah, so it's got Hugh Laurie, and essentially he plays as a diagnostic doctor, but he's also got a medical issue with his leg, and then you kind of find out in later episodes like why he's done it. But he only specializes in very like special and kind of severe cases,
Okay.
and each episode
Oh,
is
that
around
show.
each
That
episode revolves around him trying to find out what each patient has and how he can cure it. But there's also like a bigger story arc to do with his mental health and just different things to do with like chronic illnesses and stuff like that as well. And that's the only show where there's like, okay, there's a breakdown, they need to figure out how to fix it, and at the end it usually either comes around or the patient doesn't make it. but it's a very, very, very good.
Do you know what
TV
that
show.
reminds me of, Orland? Do you remember that episode in Black Mirror where the doctor basically can feel the pain of his patients?
Yeah,
that
it's
was a weird
very
one.
strange. Yeah, it's very strange. But House is like I'd put that in my top 5 very easy.
Look, I've got a list here of TV shows, yeah, and we'll just have like a brief, like, either yay or nay, yeah. Stranger Things.
Yes,
I
100%.
couldn't get into it, man.
First season, amazing.
Every season is amazing. The first season is the best, but every season is amazing.
The thing is, the second season, I watched half of it and I didn't carry on. I don't know.
There was a third season as well, wasn't there?
Yeah, something about seeing Samwise Gamgee there. It didn't.
No, second season was very good because there was a lot of like mind games in the second season as well, and it's just
The
was
Walking
crazy.
Dead. I know, Orland, you watched that. I tried
Didn't that
watching it,
pop
but it was
off?
too
So
slow.
didn't that drop off?
Up until a point. So Walking Dead died off for a bit, and then when they introduced Negan, that was when it came back, and then it dropped off after that again.
Okay.
And then I saw something on Instagram where apparently Negan was making out with one of the zombies, and I was like, yeah, I'm done with this TV show.
So this is a recent one. The Witcher.
Oh, 100%, yes. Yep.
Toss
yep.
a coin to your Witcher. Banging show.
I've still not seen
Amazing
it.
show.
I've still not seen
I
it.
binged that. I binged that all in a day.
Amazing show.
It's an amazing show.
Oh,
It's
I tell you,
amazing.
one of them needs to be on there, but I'll let you get to it if you get there.
Westworld. I've not seen it.
No, I
Not
don't.
seen it either.
No, moving on. Orange is the New Black.
No,
Not seen it.
Can never get into it.
Mm-mm.
Peaky Blinders.
Never seen
You
it.
love that, Donald. I remember. You
Yeah.
telling me
The
it's
thing
really
is,
good.
I got really hooked onto it. Like before I went to Albania, I just downloaded like loads of. I downloaded it all on Netflix, innit?
Yeah.
And I watched literally in Albania. I was just watching that the whole time, and yeah, I got really, really into it.
Yeah.
Fucking Thomas Shelby.
I've never seen it.
It's worth watching.
Yeah.
Sex Education.
Sex Education
Yes.
is one of the best shows on Netflix, hands down.
It's
hands
fucking
down.
hilarious.
It
bro.
is.
It's one
Do
of
you
the
know what?
funniest shows. I'll say it's one of the funniest
No,
shows.
the reason why it's the best, right? And I will forever. Wow. that was
No,
terrible.
The Witcher is the best, but carry on.
No, okay. The reason why it's one of the best is, other than like the quality of the show itself, like the
Oh, it
sort
deals with a lot
message-
of issues.
Yeah, the message that it sends
Yeah.
across is amazing. For like,
It
in
definitely
comparison.
deals with issues a lot better than like 13 Reasons Why or any show
That's
like
why.
that.
That's why I love it so much. 13 Reasons Why is what. Sorry, Sex Education is
Terrible.
what 13 Reasons
That
Why
was
wants
weird,
to be.
fam.
13 Reasons Why is a terrible show.
13 Reasons Why is one of the worst. We could get into that later on, but like,
I
honestly,
watched one season of that. I did not carry on.
I can't lie. I watched it, and I'm still watching it because I get addicted to trash TV a lot. Like, I love Riverdale. I think Riverdale is one of the worst shows on TV, but I love the shit out of it. Like I sort of like pain watch
Ew.
it. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like I know it's so bad, but I'm
Alright.
like, yeah, this is good.
Moving on. Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
One of the
yes.
funniest shows. 99.
I love that. Who's your favorite character in Nine-Nine?
Jake.
All I was gonna say Boyle.
Boyle,
All
that's it.
Hunter
I forgot his name. I forgot his name for a bit, but it's Boyle. No, it's either Boyle or whatever Terry Crews' character is called. I forgot what the
It's
character is.
Terry. He's literally called Terry.
Okay, whatever. There we
Easiest
go.
character to remember, you fraud.
Terry love yogurt.
And Holt as well. So it's one,
Yeah,
one
Holt. Holt for
Holt
me
is
my
undefeated.
favorite. Holt
Basically,
is
no.
amazing. He's
for me,
amazing,
it's just one of the weird characters, and then that's who my favorite character is.
Yes, bitch.
Although saying that though, I do like. I
Hilarious.
like Gina though. Gina's quite funny.
Gina's weird, man. She's like my least favorite character.
I'm sorry, but Boyle is an unbeatable character. Like, there's no better character than Boyle.
No, Holt is better.
Oh, Boyle is too fun. He's just so strange, man.
Okay, the thing is, Holt is,
You know he made a Susan
Holt-
Boyle joke as well.
Oh my god.
It's like, oh, no one, my cousin Susan didn't realize she could sing until later on, and I was like,
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
it was so
Yeah,
funny.
no,
I was like, yes,
that show was too funny, man. I love
Yeah.
that show.
Amazing.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. There's other shows, but like I don't think we've watched them. Like
Oh, no.
yeah, like Ozark. Don't know what that is. We already talked about Rick and Morty. When They See Us was fucking.
I don't know.
You know the one where like it's like the black kid that got arrested.
Oh, Wait, what? As in the kids in the park?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched a couple episodes of that. I'm not gonna lie, that show made me so angry, man. Like,
It's mad upsetting, isn't it?
yeah, just the way that like
They portray like
everyone was being treated and stuff like
shit.
that, and I was just
Yeah.
like, this is just it got me mad angry.
There's a new show on Netflix called Lock and Key.
Okay.
No idea.
But apparently, like, the thing is, I wanted to watch like one episode, but I was like 20 minutes in, I got bored. But like the concept of it seems pretty cool, but just very slow at the beginning. It's like basically they go into this house with like their like ancestral home or whatever, and like they find keys like scattered around the house, and every key opens up a new door that opens up like weird shit.
Okay.
Like it's weird to explain, but like just watch like the trailer on Netflix. Netflix is pushing it a lot. There's other ones like Mad Men. I mean,
Even then, that's like what's supposed to be like an iconic TV show, but I haven't seen that.
yeah, no, I
never
haven't
seen
seen
either.
it either. What else is there?
Why do I lose
I'm not-
skill rating if I've drawn? I don't get it.
Because you should have won, mate.
Stupid. I probably should have, to be fair. But yeah.
List of TV shows. Let me just go on IMDb.
Yeah. Oh, I
Have
completely
you not
forgot
talked
to turn
about
the
Suits
music
yet
off.
or not?
Oh yeah, I forgot about Suits.
Suits is the best.
Listen, the princess is in it. We can't talk about it.
Yes, we can.
okay.
We can.
She's fucking fit, mate.
Oh,
How that is the
This is-
self-proclaimed queen of England.
I don't think she's ever claimed to be the Queen of England. She's not even a Duchess anymore, mate. They stripped the titles now.
No idea.
Exactly. No, like we don't actually know, like, but the media freaking's going crazy over it. But no one really
Literally, yeah.
cares. You know, let them do their own thing, man. Who cares, man? Just let the ginger guy, like, you know, have his mixed race wife. Who cares? Have you seen Arrow?
Again, that was another one that I tried to watch, but it was just.
I watched a lot of Arrow, to be fair.
Another TV show that I tried to watch but made no sense. I think it was called Iron Fist.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was weird.
With like the white guy in it.
Yeah, and then he was like, he was from like however many years ago, and then I was like, I don't understand this, man. This makes no sense.
What's the other one with you know, the guy's basically indestructible.
One
The
Punch
black
Man.
guy.
Oh,
No.
Oh, Luke Cage.
Luke Cage.
That's it. Yeah, freaking
Yeah,
AJ Tracy song. The sense drops like a man's Luke Cage.
I watched like an episode of it, and I really liked it, but I don't know. I think I was just watching too many shows at the time, and I never got back into it.
Vikings, you guys seen Vikings?
No, but you've told me about it a lot. So
I got Vikings was very, very good. It was brutal until basically one of like the main characters dies. And
one
it was
show
just,
that I really,
boring
really want to
afterwards.
watch is C.
What, like see as in like look, or like see as in
As in,
ocean?
look, as in, basically, it's got Jason Momoa, Khal Drogo,
Yeah,
and
Momoa
they
is-
essentially live in a society where almost everyone is blind, and then they end up
son.
and then they end up having like their own
Bird Box
tribes.
shit.
No, it's like a post-apocalyptic like, the kind of thing. But then, so that's the norm. But then his character, he has two children that are able to see, and then it's just it apparently is very mad. But it's only on Apple TV, so fuck it.
Oh, that's disappointing. We can probably go on like Foot Locker or
Bro,
something.
hold on. No, you've got Apple TV Plus, no? We all have it.
No.
You have to
I
pay for
swear,
that shit, bro.
No, I
No,
swear
it's
you only
free-
get
it's
Apple
free for
TV Plus
students.
if you get the new iPhone or something like that.
No, what's it called? No, it comes free with the student Apple Music if you pay for it.
Oh, I
If
do.
you pay for it.
I
If you
do
pay
pay
for
for
Apple
it.
Music, then you should get it for free, I believe, for students.
Oh, then I'm gonna watch that.
So the top rated TV shows is Planet Earth is number 1.
That makes sense.
And number 2 is also Planet Earth, because it's Planet Earth 1 and 2. Then you've
That's
got
awesome.
Band of Brothers.
Never heard of that.
Never heard of it. Then 4th is Breaking Bad.
Yes, that's what we like to see.
Then we have Chernobyl.
Oh, that's another amazing TV show.
You got Blue Planet. Then you got The Wire with 9.3.
I tried to watch The Wire and I couldn't watch that.
Yeah, I couldn't watch it either. Then you got Thrones. Thrones. It was first until the fucking last season, but we've already been over that. Rick and Morty is 12th with 9.2.
See, it's a very solid TV show. I would just never.
But yeah, but the thing is, then
It's
you
one
got
of my
like stuff
go-tos.
like then you got like Avatar, the Last Bender. Like I feel like with these type of TV shows, you got like really hardcore
Yeah.
fans in it, like or just always whatever. Sopranos, Sherlock,
Sherlock was
Twilight Zone.
amazing. Sherlock was amazing.
No, hold on, no. Sherlock was good, right? And then it kind of got a bit dead towards the end. I'm not gonna lie. It just got.
I'm not. I
it
just think I have a thing for these like kind of detective shows where like they kind of have to figure something out, and then
Bro,
it takes
then you
every
like-
episode or two.
Do you know what it was?
Lucifer then?
Do you know what it was? It felt like they were pandering towards like the fans towards the end. It's like, oh, we're gonna give you this. It's like, come on, man.
I think I only watched up to season 3.
yeah, it's like season 4 when it gets a bit shit. I'm not gonna lie, but
Then you got Friends.
Friends.
Yeah,
Why does
that's
everyone hate on
debatable.
Friends now? Why is it cool
because
to hate
people
on
are
Friends?
it's because like the humor was then like back then was very sexist, innit?
Yeah,
It's
one
not
of
even
our
that, it's
one
just-
of our
it's just
friends,
different humor.
Orland. We've agreed not to say names on this podcast, but one of
Oh,
our
okay,
friends,
yeah.
one of our friends, on Twitter is so loud about this about hating this show. It's so funny. It genuinely makes me laugh.
Wait, do I know said friend?
You don't know said friend.
Okay,
You don't know
never
said
mind.
friend.
Okay,
Also,
so
I
who's your favorite
don't.
character? Who's your favorite character from Friends?
Joey.
And if
Chandler.
any of you
Chandler.
say how can you say Joey?
It's Joey, man.
How
I
is
love
Joey your favorite character?
How is
I
Joey
just,
your
I
favorite?
just like him. I just like him, man.
Chandler is the best character easily.
It's
But
either
Ross as
Chandler or
well.
Phoebe.
I say Joey.
Okay,
Thief,
you're tapped.
thief,
You're tapped.
thief.
You're tapped.
Why am I
Right.
tapped? Why am I tapped?
You picked Joey and the most boring character, Ross.
Yeah, I like Ross.
Wow.
All right, okay, so all right, let's switch this up, yeah. So out of us three, which one of us are like
I am
all those
Chandler.
characters?
I am Chandler.
I would agree you are Chandler, yeah, because of the puns, yeah.
Uh,
And Rayan, who's Rayan?
Rayan's Ross.
So,
Who am I?
whoa. First of all, you part Ross to say he's the most boring character, yet you say I'm Ross.
No, it's just
Fuck you.
you just
No, Orland, the whole on the break thing.
yeah, exactly. You're very Ross. You're very Ross.
Remind me?
Breaking
Let's-
up, innit?
Let's
Wow.
not get into all that. Let's not get into all that. But you're very Ross.
Both of you. Fuck both of you.
So who am I then?
I think you're
Fucking-
Joey. If you ate more,
Joey?
you'd be Joey. I think if you ate more, you'd be Joey.
Joey's not
No,
fat,
No, actually,
though.
you're not Joey. You're like a mix between Joey and Chandler. Chandler, whatever the hell his name is.
I will take that. I will wholeheartedly take that.
Whatever his name is.
Chandler.
Also, Rachel is still paying.
Yeah, what's her name? I've
Jennifer
confused.
Aniston.
Jennifer
She's
Aniston.
She's so paying. She still is paying.
Beautiful.
Okay, so we moving on. Next topic.
Next
Yes,
topic.
because we've been talking about TV shows.
We've been going over TV shows for like half an hour.
Literally, yeah. I mean, one of the things I wanted to get into on this podcast definitely is like video games and stuff. So we can, like, obviously it's gonna get quite deep towards the. Shut up, Donald. What are you doing?
Sorry, my sister was like, she made me food
Oh.
for tomorrow.
Oh, okay. No, I was gonna say like obviously, you know, like, it's gonna get like deep towards the end because it's about like serious stuff. But we could talk about whether we're like how excited we are for the PS5. Because I'm fucking excited. I'm very
I mean,
excited.
on a scale of 1 to 5, about 4.
It's still pretty high.
I would say like a 3.5. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
I'd like a 12.
Just
I'm
because,
fairly excited.
just because I can't really see how. Like I know that things are going to improve, but I can't really see just
But it can be
Like,
that much of a difference, like that
also
massive
because
difference.
because of the trajectory that a lot of games are taking, as in the whole microtransactions kind of thing.
Oh, it's gonna be.
No.
costly.
Microtransactions are dying.
Yeah.
Like, no, microtransactions are dying in the sense that, like, in the.
You think?
Yeah,
Fortnite's still
100%.
popping, bro.
Bro,
Look, all
okay,
I'm
hold on.
saying is
Microtransactions are only alive in the cosmetic sense. They're not nowadays. Like, people don't want to pay for stuff that gives them like a competitive advantage. That's why, like, you know, like the whole FIFA loot box gambling shit, like the FIFA point stuff. It's dying. Like, literally, they've banned FIFA points in Belgium.
They're dying, but yet, Rayan, you want to open packs nearly every single promo.
I'm saying it's dying, as in like people are clocking on to the fact that like then it's not
It's
worth
like
it.
this
Yeah.
is the way
That's
I look
what it
at it. I
is.
would be a
That
lot
looks so
more.
bang.
I would be a lot more excited about the PS5 or any upcoming consoles if there's like if a lot more focus was put on like single player games or like experience driven games, as
Which it will
opposed
be.
to just
Well,
as
to an
opposed to
extent.
just like here's another multiplayer game, here's another multiplayer game.
But the thing is,
Like,
though, that's
monetarily, I
yeah.
understand it. Like
Yeah.
on a monetary basis, I completely understand it. It's just to me, it would just be a lot more enjoyable if you could do a lot more single player games that were just.
Yeah.
If you create something like this, like Uncharted, that's like Last of Us, that's like
God of War.
God of War,
Yeah.
what other kind of like Far Cry 3 stuff like that, but with like a completely new kind, either gameplay mechanic or new storyline, then I would be very excited for PS5. I just don't know any of the releases that are going to come with it that are going to get me that excited, really.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna like tell you that like E3 or whatever it's called.
E3's
Yeah,
cancelled because of
absolutely.
Corona, though. But you know, we move.
As in not in August. I swear it's always at August.
I thought they cancelled it. It's either E3 or
No,
one
no,
of
they cancelled one of the other game conventions.
No, they did. It was like a Twitch thing. It was a TwitchCon or something.
Oh, they definitely
Yeah.
cancelled TwitchCon, yeah, because of Corona time.
It's stupid. Let's not talk about Corona, please.
No, we're not.
No.
That's
But-
all you ever hear in the fucking news, TV, everyone. Corona, Corona, Corona. Fuck off.
But yeah,
Well, okay.
like literally.
But yes.
No,
But
I'm
yes,
excited. I'm excited though.
I would only be excited for the PS5 if more like focus is being put on like experience-driven games as opposed to COD 95 or FIFA or NBA or whatever.
Well, the
Like,
yearly.
I would-
I think the yearly release is kind of people are again clocking onto the fact that like
You're just
No
getting
one-
bored of it. It's
getting
the
bored of it, yeah.
same game, just
No,
recycled.
if
isn't
you
it?
look at the ratings for FIFA and COD and Assassin's Creed and whatever other yearly games there are like NBA and Madden and all that, they're just going down and down and down. Because realistically,
Yeah, but the thing is, the rating's going down, but people are still buying it though.
people are still buying the sports games because there's no like.
It's a sports game.
Well, okay,
mate. Everyone will just-
okay, right. Like think of it like this: football, right? There's PES and there's FIFA. Who the fuck has
Yeah.
bought PES this year? No one, until the whole
No.
Kurt thing happened. But like, realistically, everyone buys FIFA because they've got all the licenses and stuff, and everybody like
Yeah,
historically
but
plays
that's
FIFA.
that's what I'm saying. The ratings might be low, but FIFA 21, you're gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy it.
I'm not buying FIFA 21. I'm not buying
Yo,
FIFA 21.
fuck off. All right.
Okay, well, if I
I'll
buy
bet
it,
you £50 right now, you'll buy it.
you know, if you say that, I'm not gonna buy it. Just for
You
the
do
principle.
realize that when you and Hussein made a bet on my yard,
What
who
was
lost the bet?
Oh,
was-
what
what was the-
let's not. Let's,
Oh,
let's
no,
not. Why
I
are you
got-
always bringing
I
up
completely
bad
forgot
things,
about that
Donald?
bet,
Why
you
are
know.
you
I
I'm
always
not.
bringing
He's
bad
the one
things?
who's freaking saying, "Oh, if I keep a bet, I'm going to keep it. I'm going to win."
Listen,
So
if
moving
I
on.
I did not control the outcome of that bet. I mean, I did, but you know.
You did. You were in complete control.
You was literally the whole
You were in
reasoning was
complete
you.
control of that.
Okay,
But
yeah.
let's move on.
We move. However,
People, if people are actually gonna watch it, they're gonna want to know context. But sorry, guys.
Well, too
Yeah.
bad. Okay.
yeah, we've had bad experience with revealing all too much on.
Okay, let's
That's
not
the
get into that either.
story.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
we're
Let's
not- we
go.
are not
Next
getting
topic.
into-
Next topic. Now.
Um,
Now.
Okay, well, then let's talk about let's go into like the whole loot box thing. Then, do you think they should be banned and why?
Not banned. It's just don't put all your focus into it. There's no game mechanic that should be banned because
Loot boxes
each
aren't a game mechanic though.
Okay, whatever you want to call it, it shouldn't be banned because it's
Hold on, what were we talking about?
I'm saying, do you think
Like,
loot boxes
just
should be?
like-
Do you think Ultimate Team packs should be banned, Donald? Is basically what I'm saying.
No.
Why
no
not?
because like
End
because
of the
I
day,
feel
it's
I
your
feel like
choice.
if someone has the money for it, then they can spend that. However, but
Exactly.
if you put all your like
If you
a
push that,
games company,
yeah.
if they just push that as to the only way you can stop
Yeah,
winning at
basically,
that game or do
you
any,
need to
any
do
well at
that in order to have
Yeah.
fun and like win the game. Then that's different. However,
because
if the features
then I've already paid for a game, but then you're technically paying another subscription for a game that you've paid full price for.
But that's what FIFA is
Yeah.
right now. No. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
It's,
That's
it's
what
not.
I mean.
No, Rayan, no, because you can do a road to glory and not buy any packs and not spending money in the packs, and you can still have fun. You know, it all depends. It all depends
Because
on
I'm not
your
gonna
luck.
lie, I've spent more money on like NBA packs and the actual game itself.
Let's not
You might
talk
have to say
about
that again.
FIFA.
You might have to say that again because my headphone fell out. But say that again.
Well done. I said I've probably spent more money on NBA packs than I've spent on the actual full game of NBA.
Me and Rayan are not the same with FIFA at all. We are wise
We
men.
never-
we do not
nah,
spend
we,
money on
never
that.
spend
We've
money on
never
FIFA, no.
indulged.
Never indulged.
Never.
What's indulging?
These are all
What is even
These are all
indulging?
lies.
How does one indulge into
No.
FIFA?
Well,
No.
yeah. What even is FIFA points?
Exactly. We
Well
don't
done.
even know.
But yes, that's. I feel like when companies are putting all their focus on just buying extra stuff, even though you've already bought the game,
Yeah.
then it just makes no sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
Do
the
you
only.
think?
You go.
Go on.
No, you
I
go.
was
you
gonna
go.
say, do you think opening packs is gambling?
Yeah. 100%. I'll still do
Not
it.
really,
Of
because
course,
you're not
of
getting
course
money
it's
back for it.
No, but it's
No, but
it's
you,
worse
you
than
are.
gambling.
You are
man.
technically you are, because you're getting back in game currency.
But the thing is, so like with gambling, right? You realistically, you know your odds, right? Obviously the house always wins, but like, and you're not guaranteed to get anything.
Always win, but
The house, no, but like overall, like in the long term, the house always wins.
Yeah.
Okay, long term, yeah, but not. Don't know if you're smart with it. No, if you count cards.
In terms of true. In terms of FIFA packs, right? Of course, you get some value out of it. Like you're always gonna get some coins out of it, though. But the way that they've told you the odds is shady as fuck. Like it says, oh, like you've got a 1% chance of packing something that's like for example, like a special item, like a team of the year or something, right? But it doesn't say
Yeah, or like an 87 plus. But again, the different cards hold different values.
exactly. It's like
It's
if you
like, for example, yeah.
It's like if you were gambling, you were playing blackjack, and it was like you're guaranteed a win. You'll get like money back. We don't know what currency it will be in, but we'll give
Yeah,
you. Like,
we don't know how much money you're gonna get.
Yeah, you will win.
You know, you might like get like a higher rated win, but get less coins from winning like in a worse way. Like for example,
exactly.
in FIFA, there's like an 80. Let's say there's like a 90 rated card. Let's say Harry Kane, yeah, he's 90 rated and he's worth, let's just say 40k or whatever. But you can pap Mbappe, who's 89 rated, who's actually less rated than Harry Kane.
Yeah.
So technically he's a worse player. However, he goes for like 500k. He's got like 500% more value.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously, you know, it's down to because it's a game. You know, like Mbappe is more usable and everything.
And you got to realize, Orland, these games are all like Peggy 3.
That's the messed up thing about it.
Bro,
It's Peggy 3.
Let me just say,
Just gambling
family
to
members, let's just say,
3-year-olds.
I know family members where their child has spent
On their parents' cards.
95 pounds
Yeah,
on their parents' card for Fortnite skins.
Bruv, imagine if I ever done that to my dad, the amount of licks I would have got.
Straight up.
My days,
No,
fam.
straight up. One of our friends did that on FIFA 13, and his parents didn't buy him FIFA the next year.
But I didn't play FIFA, bruv. I would have been lucky with that, bro. My dad was smashed up my PlayStation like it did on my Xbox.
Bro, the thing is like, because it's Ultimate Team, right? And you know what? Like, I remember before with, you know, they used to give EA used to give FIFA points to like the content creators, right? I think it was like back in like 14 or 15. But then obviously there's like legal issues with that. It's like because you're basically giving content creators like free FIFA points like to your thing. It's like, you know, that
just to promote their game.
It's just to promote the game. You're not allowed to do
that.
that.
A lot of YouTubers are kind of to blame for how much microtransactions have become a thing. Because like I watch like a couple of NBA YouTubers, and you will see that they'll fully buy like the equivalent of like 1 million VC, which is probably like $200 worth of stuff, and then they'll pack a couple good guys, put on their thing, but realistically they claim it back as like a tax refund or whatever.
Yeah, it's the same, bro. It's the same thing with the FIFA content creators. Like,
listen,
do you know how much
Orland,
Road to Shore spends on packs? Like, Road to Shore spends.
Ignore Road to Shore.
Listen,
ignore Road to Shore. Castro, this guy, Orland, deep it. 12,000 FIFA points is £80. This guy had more than 100,000 FIFA points.
Yes,
he had a million. No, he had a million.
He
FIFA
loads
points.
up.
He had a
million FIFA points
last year.
How much is that? Fucking do the maths. Go on, Rayan. You know maths.
Okay, 1 second.
I'm mid-game right now, so I can't do it.
Alright, use that one, mate.
Yeah. But basically, I think the correct term is a metric shit ton, basically.
It's Ks. It's loads of Ks.
It's 6,666,000. Wait, I'm sorry, 6,666 pounds.
Wow, devil. He's the devil.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's just go.
It's a shit ton of money.
We're going to carry on this topic?
Yeah,
bro,
this
like,
is interesting.
That's the thing, like, with... Yeah, as long as they move away from that, I'm excited about games. Other than that...
But realistically, they're not going to, man. It makes them the most money, most profit.
That's why I kind of like PC games more than console games more often than not. Like, it's just... I prefer story-driven games.
Yeah, but even with PC games, it's the same concept, man.
Bro, the PC games, League of Legends, that's how they make their money.
It's not even about the console, man. It's just about if it's multiplayer or not. Because if it's multiplayer...
Yeah, so to me, the only reason I say PC games is because indie games and stuff like that are more readily accessible on PC games.
They're more prominent on PC. Yeah, I can appreciate that, yeah.
Like, one of my favourite games that was... It's on console now as well, but it was on PC first, was Thomas Was Alone. And that is fully just like the whole game mechanic of that game is like you are a square and you go through like a 2D platformer. But there's a story that's being told in the background by the English guy from Assassin's Creed. I forgot what his name was. But yeah, there's a story there, and that won Game of the Year at some convention or something like that. So I'd rather like do that than... The only reason I'm playing multiplayer games is if I'm on with my friends, then, you know...
Yeah. Oh, correct,
that's really it.
And,
other than that, it's just...
I want another like innovative thing like GTA. Honestly, like I want there to be like a decade genre defining thing to come out that like GTA 3 and Vice City. And San
but the thing is, people they've tried that, man, and they've flopped. Like for example, Watch Dogs.
I don't want another open world game. I'm not saying I want I'm saying I want something along that.
Let me just say this: we need less open world games.
We need no open world games. We need no open world games.
Please,
GTA is enough.
GTA open world games.
Like
we just need more of God of War, Uncharted.
Exactly, man. Please give us a linear game.
Red Dead Redemption, like just very good story games. That's what we need.
The thing is, I don't mean it in a sense where I want another open world game in like you know, like kind of GTA style. I just mean like look at how genre defining GTA was. Not before that point, there were no real like, you know.
But you've also got to realize that a big thing behind GTA's success, especially sales-wise, is nostalgia.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Because it's been around.
Everyone knows what
generations. It's been around for.
Literally, everyone knows what GTA is. Everyone's played GTA San Andreas, even if you wasn't, you know, born around that time. I mean, even like kids nowadays will know about San Andreas. They'll want to play it.
Yeah.
But especially because of the price that most games go for now. Like buying a game is kind of like an investment at this point because games are going
£60 minimum when they're new, innit?
£60. So if a game is like boasting that it's gonna have this new kind of mechanic or new whatever, it's a lot of money to put into that game if you don't know that it's gonna pan out properly.
Yeah, straight up. I
like
agree.
Even Red Dead was built off nostalgia because Red Dead 1 did so well.
That Red Dead 2 was such a banging game. It was so amazing.
Amazing game.
I'll never go into it.
I mean, story.
You're an idiot.
Story games, that's where they're at.
The thing is, I'm trying to think of like a good... okay, for example, the Uncharted games, right? I think they were pretty good. The whole series as a whole, bangers.
Very good. Very, very good. Very good.
Thieves End, banger.
Yeah.
Thieves End is amazing. Fucking hell.
It's amazing, man. But the thing is, all the Uncharted games are amazing. For their time, they were amazing.
Not even for their time. They're...
No, but now, I mean, now, for example, 1 and 2, like, obviously, like, graphics and whatnot, like, certain mechanics and that, but it's still a banging game. But I'm talking about from currently, Uncharted 4 is literally top 2 games. For me, anyways. I mean, God of War and Uncharted is up there for me.
Yeah.
Incorrect.
I feel like
incorrect. He's gonna say Last of Us.
Last of Us is the best game to come out.
It's very good. It's very, very good.
Personally, I feel like with the Uncharted thing, it comes back to it again, where it's like, even though it's basically like it's Dude Raider. It's like a guy version of Tomb Raider, right? That's kind of like genre defining in a way. It was like, what's the word? It's like it's not open world.
Everyone knows Tomb Raider.
It's not open world, but it's fucking.
But it's puzzles game.
It's puzzles.
It's a puzzle game.
I enjoy that shit, man. Like I just need,
It's-
I want something new like that, or like even if you just
but it's
remake,
got
like
such a good.
even if they do something like Sonic the Hedgehog, like I want Sonic the Hedgehog to come back, like properly. Like last couple games have
But,
been shit, man. Like
but just not with a real face like the movie, innit?
no, well, they changed that. They made him look like proper.
Yeah, I
cute
know,
now.
but like, yeah,
But
everyone
But it was
made them
fucking
change it.
scary. That real face Sonic the Hedgehog was like
I'm trying to think the
nightmarish.
last game that was like actually very unique.
Rayman Legends.
Far Cry 3 was
No, but
mad when
it's-
it first came out.
Yeah, but it's like still similar and so like
Little Big
other
Planet.
games.
Little Big Planet was pretty original.
Yeah. So I'd say no. what was it called? Far Cry Blood
Borderlands
Dragon
is very
was,
unique.
Borderlands is an amazing game.
What's it? Bioshock's very unique.
Oh yeah, no, that's on the same level with Last of Us for me. Bioshock Infinite is the same level as Last of Us for me.
Okay, when we talk about unique, what do you mean? Do you mean like as in with the kind
Just
of
like
the
it
style
sets,
or like
just it set itself apart completely.
Okay, fair. Yeah, then
Yeah, like there's no game like Bioshock. I mean, of course, there's like first-person shooters and stuff, but like the whole everything else around it is like
Bioshock
different.
Infinite is crazy because it's like it's got so many like different aspects to it. It's got like, wait, Rayan, have you played Bioshock Infinite?
nope. But I've been meaning to
Okay.
do it. I know. Wait,
You
isn't it?
Need to.
We've already talked about this before.
Isn't it free? Isn't it free this month or no?
No, that was months ago. No, this month it's Shadow Colossus and Sonic.
Remind me, I
something.
need to download that. I need to download Sonic Forces. Even
Oh,
though-
you know, I have Last of Us remastered, right?
Yeah, I've got it.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, so like for me,
I've got
Bioshock is very up there because it's got the first-person shooter thing, but it's also got like very like superpower things to it. And then it's a very like psychological thriller kind of game as well. And there's like aspects of religion in there. There's aspects of like kind of time travel and like family situations. It's just a very, very crazy game.
What about Spider-Man, guys?
Spider-Man is one of my
here we
favorite
go.
games on the PS4.
There we go.
It is
But
There we
again,
go.
genre
it's,
defining.
it's nostalgia though, right? As well.
It's not
Yeah,
though, but it's
100%.
not.
Everyone
though.
remembers playing
nah,
Spider-Man when they were
nah.
kids, man.
It's not.
But
No,
it
but I
is,
don't
though.
like it because of nostalgia though. In fact, I'm not
You
gonna lie
don't?
to you. No, of course not, bro.
Do you not
Rayan.
do you remember playing Spider-Man swinging around the room when
Rayan.
you was younger?
The reason I'll say it's nostalgia is because the main selling point of this Spider-Man was that it had the same web swinging as Spider-Man 2.
No,
And you can't.
they said it was
disagree.
better than Spider-Man 2. They said it was better than Spider-Man.
Yeah, but that's the
Spider-Man
thing.
2
they're
had perfect
comparing
web
the
swinging.
they're comparing the two.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the thing is, that's like saying like, oh, what's it called? Like Need for Speed was inspired by, or like there's a game that was inspired by Need for Speed Most Wanted, so it's copying.
Nah, all the Need for Speeds now do not do Need for Speed Underground
There's not
justice in
there's
any
not
way,
been a
shape,
good
or
Need for
form.
Speed game until
No,
since
there hasn't.
Most Wanted.
Need for Speed Underground was amazing. I love
Yeah.
that game. But every Need for Speed now is just been so underwhelming.
Should I tell you why?
Do you
There
remember
is one
Orland?
reason why.
Do you remember Orland? We bought it, we played it for about 15 minutes, and then we went off it.
Yeah, no.
What's that? Which Need for
Yeah,
Speed?
Need for Speed.
What
just
the
Need for Speed.
Oh, the 2015 one.
I don't know, just the one that said Need for Speed.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I downloaded it. I enjoyed it, but I only enjoyed it because of the Unz Unz soundtrack. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
It's
of
just
course,
fun
that's
at
what we care
the.
about.
No, but it's like a night time.
Yeah,
It's like
I was just saying, with Spider-Man. Spider-Man was a very solid game. Like it was a very, very solid game. But for me, the reasons I enjoyed it were definitely for reasons of nostalgia, or just me liking the like the Homecoming. Was it Homecoming that came out around the time Spider-Man came out?
Oh,
as well?
Homecoming, yeah,
The
it was
first one, yeah.
Homecoming.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was just the when they dropped it was very smart.
yeah. So it was just
There was a lot
stuff
of
like
hype
that.
around it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just stuff like that.
What's
for
it
me,
called?
top games
Yeah.
would be God of War,
Mm-hmm.
100%. And this isn't just the new PS4. I mean, like the whole God of War series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God of War series, the Uncharted series,
Red Dead.
the Red Dead, the soon-to-be Last of Us series.
GTA.
Kind
No,
of.
don't say them there because you've played. All right, Orland. Let's name how many games GTA games you've
GTA
played.
5. No,
Don't-
but GTA
don't-
5
don't
is
put
the
some
only
respect-
story mode that I enjoyed.
Put
You
some
didn't
respect.
like-
Put some
you didn't-
respect
you
on
didn't like
GTA,
GTA 4?
man.
The story to GTA 4 is terrible.
No, it wasn't.
Was it? Well,
No, it wasn't.
with Nico coming over, and you should have a lot of like
Nico
fucking
Bill, he
resemblance.
killed an Albanian in like the 5th mission. Why am I
know,
going to enjoy that?
Dardan in it, Dardan in it.
You should
Yeah, I
more.
forgot he was a Serb still. But that's the thing, I didn't see him as a Serb, man. I just seen him as Nico, man.
Yeah, so to
Is
me,
he a Serb?
Yeah.
No, he wasn't a Serb.
He's Russian,
was
no?
Serb.
Isn't he Russian? Nico
No,
Bill.
Rayan, that's just you being racist.
Fuck
Was,
off.
was he not a Serb? He was a Serb.
Let me double check this.
He was
Nico
speaking Serbian, bruv.
Bilic.
I would have remembered Serbian, you know?
No, there's definitely.
For origin, it just says Eastern Europe.
Yeah, but why would he be killing the Albanians then? That's the only
Maybe
reason.
he's-
No,
Maybe
he had to do it for. I don't think it's just. I don't think it's just Serbians that kill Albanians.
Well, yeah,
Turkish people.
anyone
No,
who has a
Greek.
dog
What
problem.
if he's Greek?
No, he's not
Nico's
Greek.
nationality is never specified in the game. Prior to the game being launched, it was believed by some that he was either Russian, Croatian, or Serbian.
See, I told you I'm not racist. See? Russian.
Yeah, they're all Slavic, innit?
Yeah, Slavic.
So what San Andreas then?
San Andreas, I'm not gonna lie to you, I played the game but never the story.
Yeah, okay.
What?
I will agree. I never actually remember completing the story.
Nah,
I remember going up to the
man.
bit where Big Smokey, I don't know, is ordering from the thing, and then I just
That's
drove
the
around
first
after.
I remember-
fucking. That's the first 10 minutes of the fucking game. That is.
Listen, like
I'll
yeah,
have
we-
two
we
number
gotta
nines.
remember,
A number 9
Rayan,
large.
How old was you when you played San Andreas?
I was like 15 or 16.
Okay, see, me and Orland
Yeah.
played it when we were kids.
I was about like 10 or something.
Yeah, we were kids,
True.
so we
Fair.
didn't actually look at the story. We were just waiting to have fun and like do what kids do and stuff. Like
Yeah.
on the BMX, go to the BMX park in there, driving around, stealing cars, make him hench, make him fat, like you.
Wow.
Yeah. So we just done like kid stuff. So for us, like the nostalgia for it is just free roaming and just having fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fair enough. Because like
That's it.
when I
I'm
played,
gonna
like,
reiterate. Go on, Ryan.
no, I was gonna say like I played it like a little bit just running around when I was at my cousin's house in Morocco. But honestly, like when I say I played it, that was like that's when I was 16. I had the phone app on my, you know, like when they released it on iPhone. I bought it.
I didn't know they'd done that.
Yeah, well, I've got them. If you ever want to download them, I've got them.
I've got it on my laptop.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, Steam. Orland had it on Steam, and I just took his Steam account and downloaded it on my laptop. And then literally, and then because you know with like the Macs, you can connect your PS4 controller.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like on my way to Albania, when I was driving to Albania, I was doing that as well.
Do you know what I wish they would do? I wish they'd remake GTA 4 for PS4.
Nah, they shouldn't remake. They shouldn't remake any old GTA games.
No, I mean,
They
the same way they
They
did
should focus
GTA
on
5.
making a new one.
Oh, they're already
I
doing
am-
that. They're already fucking doing that, man.
I am here
Yeah,
to reiterate that the
yes.
best game is Last of Us. I will reiterate
Okay.
that.
You
It is
have
Only
such
one
a
topic
boner for that
from
game,
games.
Do you know what?
No,
you
no,
make,
I'm
you
not
make
gonna
me,
lie.
you make me
It's-
want to
it's
say it
actually
to
one
an
of
array
those-
just to piss you off. Like, honestly.
The reason
played
why
it? Have you played it?
the reason why
Yes.
Orland likes it so much is because it gets you so emotionally invested in the game.
Oh
Yeah, I know.
my days,
I know.
man, those first
Because
10,
I've watched
15 minutes
the
are crazy.
playthrough. I watched the playthrough, like, and like after all I
The,
said it was good.
the
I've watched
difference
the playthrough.
is
It's fucking
like
sick.
watching a
Playing it
playthrough
yourself
and
and
playing
playing it
yourself.
yourself is
You
very
literally create an attachment to Ellie.
To Ellie, to Sam and Henry, to Sarah, who's his daughter in like the first thing.
Oh, bro, that made me.
And
I'm not
it's-
gonna lie, that teared me up when I.
But wait,
'cause I played
did
that
you
part.
did you watch it the whole way through?
Pretty much,
Right.
yeah.
Bro, the thing, like the way he like tries to push Ellie away, but like also tries to keep her close, just because he
Yeah.
doesn't know how to react and he's afraid of losing someone again. It's just a very, very deep story,
Yeah.
Like
and like even the fact that he technically goes against her in the end, just to keep her,
safe.
Yeah.
just to keep, not even to keep her safe, just because he can't handle losing someone again. That's why like he doesn't let people in. So he can't handle losing someone again. It's just a very. This is what I mean. Like if you have like just a story-driven game, it will kind of rise above just a very bog standard open
But
world game.
that's like similar to God of War with like Atreus. Like you could like you begin to hate this kid,
Yeah.
and then you like care for him, and then he becomes the biggest dickhead in the world, and then you care for him again.
Yeah.
That's why it's so good, because it's the emotional investment you get from
The
it.
only thing that I think that God of War has over Last of Us is the world that God of War created is insane compared to Last of
Yeah,
Us.
like the layers it has. Literally, like it's the same. It's not an open
very
world,
insane.
but like the more you play the game, there's more avenues to explore because of the water, like
That's
the
sick.
water levels in it.
I love it when
Yeah.
games aren't open world, but they
Like it's
create
so
like an
clever.
enormous
It's
universe.
so
Yeah, it's
clever.
sick.
Like it's basic. It's
even-
open world, but not.
Even the worlds in the previous God of Wars, where it was like very focused on like just the Greek mythology and like the
Yeah,
underworld and stuff like that,
Mm.
it was so kind of just so mad to see all that. Because the scale of it was ridiculous as well. Because there was parts where like you were playing as Kratos, but like you're against like these giants that are like 50 or 60 times the size of Kratos as well.
Yeah, like you're literally against gods.
So, it's so mad.
I still need to play
Yeah.
that, man. I still need to play it.
What, God of War?
Yeah, I still haven't played it.
Bro, play it, man. Honestly, it's such a sick game. It's honestly, you will not regret it. Like you'll get hooked onto it. Like you'll get hooked onto it. Like I got hooked onto it straight away when I first started playing it. That's
Yeah.
all I binged basically. I binged it. Played through the whole story. All I told you, I was literally about 100% the game.
Yeah.
I was like 85% done, and like I think like get a couple more ravens, Orland. I think like the what are they called? The Valkyries.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
those were nice. Those were nice.
I was almost completed all of them, and literally my fucking PS4 corrupted, so I lost it all.
Wow.
Yeah, sad times. Orland, do you remember how angry I was?
Yes.
But then Rayan, I played the whole game again. I completed the whole game again
Yeah.
because I enjoyed it so much. Like I knew it was gonna happen, but I still enjoyed it so much. Yeah. So it's a very, very good, 100% I recommend.
The only
Yeah.
only two games I fully 100%ed was Spider-Man and Super Mario Galaxy.
100%.
Yeah.
I 100% in the first Crash Bandicoot game, but other than that, it was not.
Oh man, Crash Bandicoot, like again, Orland, it's got annoying.
Yes, I've got a video of you shouting at my TV because you couldn't pass the level.
Do you?
Yes.
What? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I
but
think you
yeah.
have a lot of videos of me doing that, to be honest.
Yep. And Bioshock is the other one that's up there just because the story, especially Bioshock 1, the thing that Bioshock is very good at, Rayon, for when you play it, is
Yeah.
very good at having like a lot of twists and turns in the story, and it
Yeah.
catches you off guard a lot as well. And all I'm going to say is if you're going to play it, you need to pay 100% attention because some of the storylines are very, very confusing. And even in the first one, there's a lot of... it's a game that references religion a lot. Because
Yeah, I
in the
remember-
first one, there's the health and the superpower bar are called Adam and Eve. And it's
Really?
just...
Oh, yeah.
It's such an in-depth game.
Bro, it's 11:30. Fuck's sake.
Yep.
Mate.
We've still got a lot to talk about, don't we?
I gotta be up at 5 in the morning.
Yep.
It's 5
We've got a lot to
o'clock
talk
in the
about, too.
morning, and I want you. You know when you say you used to be up at 5 o'clock in the morning? I didn't realize you actually started work at 6. Like I thought you were just very thorough. Like you just wake up early in the morning, like chill out.
Oh no,
have
the thing is,
breakfast
I
and
have my alarm on for 5 Rayon, but like I don't actually get out of my bed until like 20 past, half past. But the thing is, I have to have my alarm on for 5 because I can't when my alarm rings, I don't wake up when my alarm rings.
stuff. Yeah. No.
I'm not that type of person. I am not a fucking weirdo.
Bro, when I used to work for the bank in central London, like, I used to start at 9, but I'm not gonna lie, because I wouldn't get out of my bed until like 7:30, and I'd rush.
Have
to
you
get
guys
ready.
like seen those like apps where like they monitor like your sleep, like
Yeah.
your movement when you're sleeping to wake you up when you're in so-called light sleep
What?
rather than a deep sleep?
Well, your iPhone can actually do that. If you actually want to know, like your iPhone can technically.
I've already got an iPhone. You don't need to sell it to me, bro.
I know.
It's what you said.
I'm just
Did
so-
you know?
Did you know?
So go on, indulge, carry on.
I said it. Like, okay, so you have this app called the Health app on your phone, and then
Really?
like it can
Well, I
literally.
might have deleted it.
Oh, okay. but it literally shows
No, I
you.
have it here.
It shows
Yeah.
you like it shows you kind of like how often, like basically what time you sleep, because it
Bro,
knows when
it's
you put down
asking
your
all
phone.
these
It asks
personal
you so many
questions,
fucking
man.
questions. It's like, oh, how tall are you? How much do you weigh? This and that, whatever, what have you.
I am
But
6 foot.
5'11".
I am not. I'm actually 6 foot.
6 foot.
I'm
I'm
not
six
having it.
foot.
I'm 6 foot. I'm 6 foot.
So yeah, like it asks you all those questions. It also goes like, oh, like, what's another one? There's something stupid like, what's it called? What's it? It'd be
Your
like
age.
yeah, your age and everything. You fill all that shit in, and then it kind of like tracks when you sleep and everything. So it's like, this is what time you sleep, this is what time you wake up, and then it gives you like detailed stats of like, like what time you're sleeping and everything. And if you download like different apps, it kind of integrates it in, so you can kind of figure out, like
Yeah.
how fucking healthy you are.
Like so.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Apple really give a shit about like health and stuff. It's kind of crazy. Like, I still firmly believe the Apple Watch is one of the best things that they've ever made. That and the iPad. Fucking
I
undefeated.
think the Apple Watch is one of the most useless things they've ever made.
See, this is the thing. If you look at it as just a little watch, then yeah, fine, it's stupid. But honestly, with all the health benefits and everything, you can take an ECG from the watch, man. Do you know how fucking cool that is? You can literally go into your watch, use it to basically like show you like whether your like heart is doing bits or not, basically.
How
Like,
many
tell
times
me,
have you used that function with your Apple Watch?
first of all, I don't have that function because I've got the old Apple Watch. But
Okay,
if you
I
well,
got the
there
mean,
you
new,
go.
that
Rayan,
doesn't
this
mean
is wrong though. Like this,
what.
this says to me apparently, right,
Hmm.
that I'm in bed an average of 10 hours and 20 minutes,
Okay.
like for last month, which is wrong because like when I work, I sleep for like 5-6 hours. Like I go to bed usually at 11 and I wake up at like half 5.
Okay, but
When I'm working, and when I'm not working, I'm like in bed for like 9-10 hours, and I'm working more than I'm off.
maybe it's just like when you put your phone down.
But then I mean, when I go to work, I'm not gonna pick up my phone, am I?
No, but like
Oh,
at
okay,
in
well,
the
how is
night.
the app supposed to know that?
But that's what I'm saying. That's why it's not very good.
No, it's
I
not
don't think the app is
perfect, man.
supposed to be like 100% accurate.
Well, it should be, mate. If you're gonna have a fucking nap, at least make him lay do his job properly.
Yeah.
Well then,
Well, Rayan, you're supposed to,
you're the host
Transition.
there.
transition.
I am the host. Transition. So we spoke about video games, and we spoke about how like the kind of like the negative effects on it. Now, one of the things I saw.
Check the Twitter group chat. Sorry.
Oh no.
Yeah, yeah, very true. What's it
Oh
called?
god.
What's it called? So what we should talk about, right, is the sort of like. So I saw this article the other day. By the fact that I saw, I mean that my mom sent it on or my dad sent it on like our family group chat and whatever, and it was basically something like, the government is like investing money into like video game addiction, right? In quotation marks. Now, do you believe it's a real thing? Is the first question. And
What
second
video
of all,
game addiction?
yeah. And second of all, do you think the government needs to be fucking spending this amount of money into that? You can already tell what I think. What I think anyway. But you know, but yeah. Do you think?
Well,
Do you think
video
it's
game addiction is real, and there is an addiction to video games.
okay?
For starters, Orland, do you concur?
I'm gonna wait till all other points are made before I make my one because my one has like a personal story behind it. But let's go.
Okay. I believe video game addiction is real. People are addicted to playing video games because they enjoy it. And, you're... Okay, alright, I'm very tired, so my points are not going to be great, but I believe it's real, okay? Moving on. Go on, Orland.
Rayan, what's your?
I'm gonna say personally,
this.
I don't think it is right. I think that video game addiction is just another one of those things that people use as like a fancy terminology, and it basically just means that like it's another scapegoat for people having shit parenting, honestly, and like
Shit parenting in what regard?
in the sense where it's like, okay, for example, right? Or okay, no, maybe I shouldn't have said shit parenting, but it's another scapegoat for like something that like there's other issues
What an
around it. For
excuse.
example, yeah, it's an excuse. Like for example, like okay, back in the day, right? Back in like 10, 20, 10, 15 years ago, you used to be able to go to the park and play football, right? And now not that many people really go to the park, right? A lot of people would be like, "Oh, it's because of the phones." Da, 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 da. They just all they want to do is look at their phones. But when you actually look at it, right? If you look at parks nowadays, they're shit. The government don't spend money on it. It's so run down. Like, there's bare dodgy shit happening there. Without sounding like too much like a boomer, like there's like people like, nah, but come on, am I wrong?
I don't agree with you there. Yeah. I don't
Basically,
agree with you there.
basically, what I'm trying to say is like, there's people aren't going to parks not because they're going on their phone, but because of like other factors that may include the phone as well. But you need to appreciate the other factors. So people basically blaming video game addiction on like kids being angry and like what's it called, like enjoying certain stuff. I don't think personally that's the issue. Video games might
No.
be a factor to it, but there's other underlying issues with that. For example, like if you bring up your kid in an environment, right, where you and your husband or you and your wife or you and your significant other are just shouting at each other consistently, right? That's the example you're showing your kids. So it doesn't matter whether they're playing games, drawing, or like sewing. That's the tendencies they're gonna have. So the
Okay,
anger,
I mean, this is weird, completely
but like,
different. Like,
No,
all
no,
I'm
because no, because this is to do with addiction. So he's making like valid points there.
okay,
like,
well, no, all I'm saying is that video game addiction is real.
Yeah, no.
but why?
Whether or not you're saying that it's from a certain background, if they are addicted to those video games, if the video game is something they use as a crutch, and then that's something that they can't come away from, they are addicted to it. They are addicted to video games. It's the same thing. That's like
Yeah,
me saying like, oh, you can't say alcohol addiction isn't real just because maybe they were brought up in a bad home and stuff like that. At the end of the day, they're addicted to alcohol.
Yeah,
They're addicted to
so,
video
so
games.
Rayan,
Like,
Rayan, are you saying they are real or not?
I'm saying that video game addiction in itself isn't personally. I don't think it is. I just
Okay,
don't
So,
think it is.
but the thing is, the point you bring up about their poor parenting, whatever you wanted to call it,
Yeah.
that's just you showing that that game addiction is real, just to get away from that.
No,
okay,
because
so
like
can I share my
you're
opinion
gone,
quickly?
gone.
Yeah, go
Okay,
on, because
so-
you're like actually like on the ball here.
Okay, so I will say this using personal stories of my own. So as you two already know, and other people listening may not know, I have IBS. When I was in my early stages of IBS, my life was extremely, extremely dark. Like Donald, you know, because remember that was the time when me and you wouldn't see each other for like 5 or 6 months.
Yeah.
Remember, and then we'd meet up once every 5 or 6 months. We'd have fun, and then like we would see each other. So my life was very, very dark around. And when I say very, very dark, I used video games and I used Netflix as a way to escape everything. When I tell you I was playing video games for 12 hours a day,
Yeah.
when I tell you when I wasn't playing video games, I was in my bed watching Netflix and I watched House and I watched all these like dark shows just because I couldn't do anything else.
Yeah.
So I used that to fill my time to help me escape from all the shit that just happened in my life, where I felt like everything was just going down, where I was like in between times of me seeing therapists, me seeing all that, and that's just what I needed to get away from the situation. Like, sure, you can say, oh, but you're not addicted to a video game, you're just trying to escape it. That's what an addiction is. An addiction is you can't deal with what is going on in your everyday life, so then you find something to take that away momentarily.
Okay.
The only thing I'll say on the other side of that is having that addiction kind of helped me kind of assess what the problem was and then try and fix the problem. But regardless, the addiction was there. I was fully in my room all day, light off, TV on, just playing Far Cry, playing Borderlands, playing just these deep story games, because especially with the story games, they help you escape from everything. That's the same thing with Netflix. That's why I watched very deep shows like House. Game of Thrones helped me escape as well. Breaking Bad helped me escape. House, especially because House is about a person with a chronic illness who pushes everyone away and stuff like that. So I kind of really identified with that. So I think that video game addiction is very real. I don't agree with what certain people in the government say, as in they think that video games are the cause of violent outbreaks or whatever, because I don't think that that's the case. It's whether or not people want to agree with that video games are an art form, and it's just someone expressing whatever they feel needs to be expressed at the time.
Yeah, straight up.
But the addiction to it is still very real, because the way I classify an addiction is, can you put it down and still feel okay after you've put it down? Some people just can't.
But the thing is, though, like, okay, well, when I think of addiction, I think of something that's like overall, like it's a negative thing, right?
Yeah.
No one ever says I'm addicted to eating healthy. Unless you're just an asshole. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, unless you're just up your own ass, like, a lot.
Why do you say it like that?
I just say it like that, okay?
Then, but Rayan, okay, but even then, okay, let's say something like eating healthy is sort of as a good thing.
Yeah.
But if you're doing it to the point where if someone gives you some food and you need to know exactly what is in the food, then that's when it goes into bad. That's what it is. It's when that thing takes over your life.
Yeah.
No, like usually when people are eating healthy, it's not to the point where it takes over their life. It's not usually to the point where all decisions are based around that one thing.
Yeah, straight up.
And
but
because like if you think of something as like the gym, you can see people that have an addiction to the gym and it affects them negatively.
Yeah.
Because the majority of their time and effort goes towards the gym, and then they start to look a certain way that like people just wouldn't normally look, as in when that's why they're called gym rats and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I think you can have addictions towards everything. Like I totally agree with you that the reason behind the addiction needs to be investigated to see like what's causing the addiction.
Yeah.
But I don't think people can sit there and be like, oh, video game addiction isn't a real thing. It's just older people trying to find something to blame for the attitude of young people, which is true as well.
Yeah,
they are, because they're not really interested in the specifics behind it. Yeah. But the first step of it is we need to acknowledge that it is a real thing.
Yeah, I guess so. Like I say, I do see the point. It's just that when I think about it, like overall, like the only reason why I brought up the point of like no one really says they're addicted to eating healthy is just because of the fact that like because addiction is seen as a negative thing, whereas like with you kind of people just say video game addiction and associate it like that, when as if playing video games is a negative thing in general. And to be honest,
I definitely don't think it is, because it increases creativity and stuff like that.
Creativity, like also as well, like like without being too like clutching at straws. Honestly, like the amount of times that like it's almost first of all, if you play FIFA, you end up knowing all your flags. You've learned something there. Let's be real, right? So, but come on, man, like that's not even a lie.
Well,
How many flags do you know, Donald?
You could have just said. I mean, I done geography, mate, so I know I've got other things. You could have just said. I mean, if people are at home playing games, they're not. The whole knife cramps situation and shit. You could have just said that.
But the thing is
there are differences too. I get what you're saying. There's a stigma behind playing video games and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's almost annoying because like
but the majority of the stigma is just from older people.
Yeah,
older people.
I don't
think
like really anyone our age has like that negative a view on video games.
Yeah,
like, people used to call people like nerds for playing video games, but like now I'm pretty sure majority of people play games like literally, whether it be on your phone, you play any game on your phone, you're still playing a game.
Yeah.
It's
true. Yeah, agreed.
It's just majority of people are just old people.
It's just right now, the people that are seeing the shit is like our parents, basically, right? It's literally our parents and stuff like that, and like they're gonna look at it, and even though so, like I'm thankful enough that like my parents aren't like they don't just see a headline and they're like fuck me, like that's the truth. Like they actually like read it and then they understand that alright, cool, like
Do you know what one thing really pisses me off about my parents?
What?
Then they say to me, "Oh, get off the PlayStation. You've been playing it for too long, rah rah rah." And I tell them, "Alright, so what am I supposed to do?" They're like, "Oh, come watch TV with like in the living room or something." I'm like,
Yeah.
literally, that's the same
It's the same
fucking
thing.
thing.
It's the same
The
thing.
only thing that I would say to that is it's more of a social thing if you're watching it with your whole family.
No. But the thing is, they just say to come in the living room and like when we're silent, we're watching the movie, watching the film or TV show. We're not interacting. We're still watching the same thing. It's just that, it's one TV screen on another.
Yeah.
It's the difference with a game. I have to put some input into it. I have to use, my brain to like either like win the game or like sort out a puzzle or something, rather than, of course with a movie and stuff, you have to pay attention to the story and whatnot, blah blah blah. But you're still doing that with the playing a game.
I'll be honest
It's
with you.
literally the same thing.
If someone told me that they were
Also,
watching a film
yeah.
versus if they were like playing a game, like the one that I would think like like what's it called? Obviously, you ask more questions. Oh, what film? Da, 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 da. If you're playing a game, you'll be like, all right, cool. Like I rate that. Like you.
Because the thing is, you said about it as a social thing, Orland. Like you're more social when you're playing games rather than like.
No, I mean like as in within the family structure,
Okay.
Because it's more of like a family bonding thing. Like even if we're like say like when you come mine, even if we're watching something and we're not speaking to each other while we're watching, it's still like quality time with something.
Aww.
But when you're doing it in a family structure, when you're all sitting together and watching it as a family,
Yeah.
provided there's no like arguments or anything, it's like a quality time kind of thing.
Yeah, but all like,
Whereas-
when we're playing games like that, do you not feel like this is quality time?
Yeah, no. Between us, I'm just saying as a family structure, that's probably why they
Yeah,
ask.
so I'm gonna tell my dad hop on a PlayStation, bro.
Yes, you tell your dad. Your dad
Yeah.
Sure.
breaks anything as soon as he's angry.
That is incorrect. Don't portray my dad like that, okay? Even though you are
broken my
correct.
jaw 4 times. He broke my jaw 4 times.
I mean, he literally smashed my Xbox in front of me with a hammer.
Well, but yeah, that's so Rayan, to answer your thing. Like, I do believe video game addiction is very real because I've been through it, and to the point where once I got past it, I had no real interest in playing games for like a good year and a half.
Yeah.
Because before I could sit and I could just play like on end, but then as soon as certain things in my life started improving, I didn't feel the need to play as much anymore. And it's just
So so at the beginning when you asked me and I said video game addiction is real, I basically wanted to say everything Orland just said, but I had my brain is on shutdown mode. So Orland explained it very well.
Orland,
Yes,
He did
Orland is
explain.
correct.
He did explain it quite well, to be fair. Like I genuinely see it. I'm like, yeah, you're right. You're correct.
Yeah, no.
You're correct.
It's because like I feel like a lot of people that have addiction, because this is another thing, like addictions are painted very negatively in society as a whole. But like if you look at each addiction, like there's something deeper behind every addiction.
100%.
There's a reason
It's like
for
That's
it.
It's like if you-
that's why I really like Breaking Bad as well, because if you look at the character Jesse,
Oh mate.
even though he's made out to be like this annoying little kid in the first season or two,
Oh, he had so
you
much.
you
so
see
emotionally scarred and like
you
amount of
see
shit
just
he went
everything
through.
he was
Like,
on the inside and how he was addicted and how he tried to put himself out, but then people pulled him back in, and it's just I feel like if you don't look at addiction as just a completely negative thing and just look at it as someone that needs some help, I feel like there would be a lot less addiction.
What people need to realize is that like this is just the problems in general. People always kind of like scapegoat one thing. Like for example, for example, right, with the whole like breakup thing that happened before, like with me, right? Who was at
Which
fault?
one?
Who was the first one? Who was at fault? It was me. Like as in that's what
Which one's the
all
first
of
one?
all of her friends.
The long-term one.
Long-term one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
Like
I
it
was
was.
I was gonna speak Albanian. So
Yeah.
okay.
What's it? What's it called? Like it was like according to like all of like the people that she was around. Like I was the only person to blame. Which fair enough. Like if you're comforting your friend, cool. Like whatever. That's whatever, right? Neither here nor there. However, if you're looking at it from like a perspective of if you actually want to like look at the reason behind it, I don't think one person or one thing itself is to blame in general. Like you need to be able to look at it from multiple perspectives. If you really are trying to improve this person, if you're not, whatever. Like that's you, not me. But for me,
I feel
personally,
like it's a
I'd
very
rather,
difficult thing for people to be understanding in every in every angle in the
like
situation.
there's always
because
bias.
Oh, 100%,
it's,
100%.
it's very easy to it's very easy to just act out of anger or just display anger in a
Yeah, just
situation
impulsive
because
like
yeah,
reactions.
just
Yeah,
because you
of
don't
course, yeah.
you don't need to look at all angles, but I feel like all angles need to be looked at, and that's why like it would have been very easy for me in that situation to completely back you and just be like whatever, but you know
Yeah.
that I pulled you
Yeah,
up on
like
that as well.
exactly.
Yeah, but
like,
that's the
I was
thing. That's
gonna
the
say
thing.
that
Yeah.
even with the second one, like Rayan, like we all like not added you, but like we all told you like what
Yeah,
happened
because
wasn't the
yeah.
best move. Like
Yeah,
I,
you know, because
I think scapegoating is just a very easy out
yeah.
because you kind of force yourself to just not look at what's behind all the things that happen because
it's
you
just
can look at
easier to
action
deal
and-
with it that way.
Exactly.
you can look
yeah.
at an action and think that it's wrong, but then you're just it's a lot more beneficial to everyone involved if you look and you're like, okay, why did this person do this? What
I mean,
must they have been feeling to
granted,
do
Orland,
this?
what you're saying is very, very difficult to do.
Yeah,
When
100%.
once you're in that position, it's such a difficult thing. It's so easy to say in hindsight and whatever, but like when you're in that position, like
100%. I try to do that in most positions that like I'm, even if it's a position that I'm put in, I try to do that. I try not to just act out of anger because I've acted out of anger before and I've seen that it's completely broken down the situation. It's caused things that I didn't want to happen.
the thing is, the best thing to do in these situations is always ask for advice from people you
Yeah.
trust.
I
But,
feel
you know,
like taking a bit of time before you react to situations
Yeah,
is
but obviously the thing is with that is like, you know, you can't always take the time out, and also like when you're in those situations, you always have like your own idea, and no matter how much advice you're gonna get, you still
yeah, of course.
want your idea to pan out. Like it's a very difficult and complex thing to try to figure out, and like
That's what I mean. It's very difficult for some people to look at things. Is it objectively, whichever one. It doesn't mean biased. Whichever, either objectively, subjective. Objectively, yes. It's very difficult to look at things objectively, and I feel like it's something that needs to be worked on for a lot of people. Like I spent a lot of time working on that for myself because I didn't want to. I hated the fact that I used to react emotionally to certain things.
Yeah, straight up. It's not. It's
So obviously, there's
Yeah.
a lot of
it's
scapegoat
human
habits.
nature, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, of course. No. That's
it's
100%
human
it's
nature.
human
It's
nature, yeah.
it's super difficult to do that.
Okay, so I don't know if I would say that's more out of people's. I guess you could say it's human nature, but it's more out of people's natural anxiety to kind of do that.
Well, you just said natural.
Yeah, that's what I
anxiety.
mean. That's
So
what I
human
think.
nature.
But even then, like
Fuck's
anxiety is just like a thing that there are certain things that you need to overcome, and I feel like acting objectively through that kind of creates the best outcome because you're not judging people on their actions like that as well.
No,
If that
I
makes
agree
sense.
with you. I agree.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think that I fully agree with you. I'm just saying that reaching the point where seeing it objectively, it's very, very difficult to the point where like the majority of people will not be able to. They think they're doing it,
100%.
but they're actually not.
yeah.
100%.
That's why, like I said, like advice. The best thing to do is get advice from like lots of people and like get like different. What must I look at? Different types of advices, like one which is like for like in a certain way, and the other one for the opposite, and then to like balance it and see, clearly everything. Oh, bro, I'm so tired. I'm not even talking properly.
Yeah, I can tell. But
You guys can understand me, right?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
yeah, so that's what it is, and I feel like that's another thing with addiction is people don't really want to look at what's wrong with society as a whole. They kind of want to scapegoat, like just be like, okay, this person's doing this because they're a bad person, and they're doing these drugs, or they're doing this and they're doing that. Whereas if you look at it, a lot of people that come out of addiction actually end up being like contribute to society in very meaningful ways.
Bro, most people that go through shit end up contributing to society more than people who just go, "Oh, that person's bad and this and that because they did this." Like those are the kind of people that I really don't want to like even fucking speak to. If your whole thing is,
I feel like
yeah, go on.
Yeah, no, I feel like once you've gone through some stuff, yeah, and you're able to come out of it, you firstly appreciate the help that you got to come out of it, and then through that you're gonna want to help people come out of either a similar situation or just a situation in general.
You become a lot more compassionate.
Yeah, which is realistically is just what's needed more than kind of not even arrogance, just like ignorance or just whatever,
Fucking communist. I'm joking.
Oh, narcissism, that's the thing. More than like narcissism or anything like that. And yeah, that's kind of like where I feel like a lot of things go wrong. But even then, I'm guilty of it myself. Where like if I see someone that like is in the moment addicted to something, I like, even though I know I should, I don't like. I rarely actively try to speak to that person or help out.
Yeah.
But also because I don't know what might happen in that situation. I'm very like wary of situations.
Yeah, you don't know if you're gonna make it worse or.
Yeah, so it's just that's just what it is. But yes, Rayan, video game addiction, very real.
Okay, yep.
Next topic, transition, wubba-lubba-dub.
I think like. I mean, we could go deeper, but I feel like we could go deep. Like, there's definitely other stuff that I want to go through, but then we could leave it for like, let's leave it in suspense. We could do fucking part two. Part two. But like, before we like finish off, I think we should do like, so basically like usually on my podcast, what I would do is I would do like my like favorite songs of the week and something or stuff. But because you guys are here, you guys give me your favorite songs of the week, and then I'll give my two favorite songs of the week as well. To give two songs that you're listening to right now.
Do they have to? Okay.
They don't have to come out this year.
Does it have to have been released this week?
No, it's anytime. It could be in the last 10 years. Oh my god, I'm so tired.
Do you want me to go first, Orland, or you?
You go first, because I need to think about mine.
Okay, well, the two songs I've been listening to a lot recently, I mean, it's because of TikTok.
Oh, good.
Is, what's his face? Myself and Psycho.
I think I'm losing my mind. Wait, which one's Myself?
Okay, that's Psycho.
Yeah, and then Myself is, no.
I think I'm losing
myself,
my mind.
myself is I think I'm losing my mind, and Psycho is I might just go psycho.
Oh, that one, yeah.
But that's just because of TikTok, not because I'm depressed or anything.
Oh, that's good. Thank you for clearing that up, Donald.
Also like
Rayan...
Albanian songs, but...
Oh, yes. Rayan, do you want to go next?
My two right now...
I'll check my phone for which ones
I'm going to check right now. I think my two right now, right, is number one. I'm not gonna lie, I do like that Zimmer song, that Albanian Zimmer song. I do.
It bangs. It
slaps. It slaps hard.
bangs.
It slaps hard.
Yeah, it's half French, half Albanian. It's got English in it as well.
Yeah, and that.
Oh, bro, that song! Fucking my ex said it was her favorite song, and she showed me it. That she told me, "Oh, this is my favorite song," because I used to call her Zimmer.
Yeah.
Because Zimmer means like heart, it means like sweetheart.
Yeah.
And she said, "Oh, this is my favorite song. You're gonna be so proud of me." And I was thinking, the thing is, I didn't know what the song was. Like, I didn't hear it. Then afterwards, I hear it and I heard the lyrics, and I was like,
the chorus is like, "You're breaking my heart."
Yeah. Zemer Makitu. Yeah.
Zemer Makitu. Zemer Makitu.
Yeah. You broke my heart. You broke my heart. I'm like, wow.
Yes, so yours is Zemer and what else?
Zemer and After Hours by The Weeknd. I love that song, man.
Oh, After Hours is a good one. I've been listening to both by Heady One, but that's just because I came across Golf by Onon P. And I was just like, I remembered the instrumental, and I was like, let me just listen to both, and I would listen to both by Heady One a lot. Surprise, surprise, I've listened to a lot of them, Hanjo. I think I've been listening to like Eagles the most because it's got like the beat change, and he again he's just speaking about like very deep stuff as well, and let me go to my normal playlist. It's not all the sad boy music.
I mean, he said 2 songs, Orland.
I don't care. And Dior, I go above and beyond. Okay, Dior.
All right, but what about thing? What's that TikTok song? Drip report. Sketches.
Oh, that song bangs.
That's so hilarious.
What's it called? You like my Skechers, you like me, my Gucci shoes. I show you, show me
you show me your boobs.
I like your Skechers, you like me
Demonetized. Oh.
Yeah.
I have a question for both of you. Do you want
Oh, okay.
do you want your Twitters in the description? I mean,
Um,
no one's realistically. I mean, they're only going to be like our friends that are gonna like see this. But you know, do you want it? It's up to you. I'm gonna
sure.
put mine there. Alright, mate.
It's, you know, it's what
You're about to get that extra one follower, guys. We love to see.
It's not even that, mate.
Oh my
Give
God.
me that I have an OnlyFans. as well, if anyone
Orland.
wants to
Rayan, this podcast is gonna get a whole 3 views, and those 3 views will be me, you, and Orland.
I have an OnlyFans if anyone wants to donate. Thank you.
He's not joking. He's not joking. He's not joking.
God.
Guys, if you want to
Send
donate to Orland's OnlyFans, link will be in the description of the YouTube video.
£15 for a belly pic.
Wait, Donald,
What?
that's not your at. Your at isn't what I thought it was.
What?
Oh, it has an
My-
underscore. It has an underscore.
Yeah, do you know why it has an underscore?
someone has that.
No, I have that account.
You really don't.
No, I do.
So what? So why, when I put it in, it was not? It is called. The guy was called Donald Hogan. Joined in May 2009, and the fucking tweet
Really?
says lost. Yep, correct.
Say you're up. Oh my
Rob,
days,
Rob.
Hogan, you prick.
Hulk Hogan strikes again.
Orland,
Oh, my days.
what's your
I want
Twitter
to
site?
fucking
Orland,
report him, lads. Report him. Report him.
I think it's just at Orland Leshy.
yeah, I think
People
it's-
Oh, at
report him.
Orland _ Leshy.
You man, report him.
Why? You're not
cannot
going to
do
get
this.
his at.
But yeah, if he's reported, he gets an account deleted. I'll take his out.
Let's not do all that.
He has 1 follower. Who's the follower? Oh, it's like one of those fake accounts. Oh, that's so disappointing. I thought it was me. That actually hurt me, man.
Good. That is good.
Sad. But it's my Insta handle. Shout out my Insta. But
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, let's have a look.
oh, news! Tekashi 69 scheduled for release on August 2nd.
That's
What?
news, alright.
What's the post of it? But do you not like 669 Orland?
I mean, I like his music. I just
Exactly.
don't
I'm
like.
not asking you
Yes.
like him as a person, you idiot.
Yeah, his music, sure, but I don't see how he's going to go back to making the same music he was making before.
Yeah, no, I mean.
Blicky Stiffy Hop!
Yeah. Oh, okay, Rayan. Fucking-
Yes.
I mean, do you think he's gonna stay in America, or he's gonna go back to Mexico or Spain or something?
I mean, I don't. He's going to go back to making music 100%, but like, it's.
I mean,
don't
he's
think
gonna
anyone's pay
get
attention.
so many dislikes on his videos.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's going
Oh,
to pay attention.
correct. It's actually peak.
No, the thing is, when you say pay attention to his music, I think people will listen to his music just to see the reactions of everyone else.
Yeah.
Like, I still think his music will be popular, but maybe for the wrong reasons.
People are gonna start listening
Like-
to it just to clown him. I think.
Yeah, listen, just to banner him off. But the thing
Just
is, it will still
banner
hit
him
numbers. It'll still get numbers, but just not for the numbers, not the same reason he had before.
Yeah,
Mm.
I guess.
He still needs to have bangers though. He needs to. What's your favorite 6ix9ine songs? Billy, innit?
Mine
no,
is Biddy.
Yeah.
no, my favorite
Billy and
6ix9ine
Kuda.
song is the one with
It's cool though.
"Bitch, we in the city on the hot shit, looking for a video that
what,
that
Tory
shit."
Lanez one?
The Tory Lanez one, yeah.
Really?
Oh, that's my favorite one, yeah. Because do you know what it is? It's because I saw it. I saw Tory Lanez do it live when I went to Drake last year.
I feel like this is how we know that Rayan was a 6ix9ine fan after 6ix9ine got all the wrong press and all that type of
Oh
stuff.
yes, correct. No, but I do like what's it called? The
Fucking try away.
Fia, Picky got the Stefia, got
Yeah, that's
Picky,
every
yeah.
song.
Yeah, no, but
That's
there's
every
yeah, true. That is very true.
Do you know what my favourite one is? It's when they got the 6ix9ine video, but then they put "Shake It" in the background.
Oh, defo. That's top tier entertainment, man. That is top tier entertainment. That is fantastic. How long is this
also
podcast
Rayan.
going to be? It's like a 2 hour long podcast, you know.
Yeah, Rayan. I was just saying, this is the longest sign off in the world.
The best 6ix9ine song is.
Or has the podcast already ended at this point?
No. It's still going. It's still going.
Oh, wow. It's...
Yes. So,
Troll, look at this. Listen to this. Yeah, this is like a tweet where this girl says, "My BS first language is French," and
Yeah.
he forgot the word for lid, so instead he
Oh,
held up
yeah.
the pot and asked, "Where is his
yeah.
hat?"
I retweeted that. All I'm saying is follow our Twitters. Mine is, they're all in the description. Let me just say that my Twitter is the funniest, and it blesses Orland's and Donald's timeline. I know this for a fact.
Oh,
Also,
you already know that's not...
What are you doing, Step Bro?
What are you
Oh.
doing? What are you doing, Step Bro?
Oh God.
No, this is bad. No. What does that mean? What does that mean? I don't know what that means. What's going on? And on that note,
this Step Bro was doing the homework because she wanted to know what he was doing.
oh Jess. And on that note, guys,
Nailing that homework.
Orlando, I hate you. Thank you guys so much. If you made it to the end,
11.
fuck you. If you made it to the end of the podcast, right, then
Something seriously wrong with you.
Bang, bro.
yeah, comment if you made it to the end of the podcast, comment
How did you get
underneath.
stuck like that?
Comment underneath, Stepbro.
All the bros.
All the bros, Stepbro. Thank you guys so much for listening again. All of our links are in the description down below. Let me know in the comments and all of that if you want to see these guys back, because they begged me to
Have
be
a
on them,
nice.
so. Yeah, have a
Sup to
nice,
Orland.
have a nice, and take care. Goodbye, and all of that.